All right, guys. Nick, you good to go, buddy?
Yep.
All right. I'm turning the music off. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we are back. Welcome back, everybody. The Cantina is open, drinks in hand.
Oh my God, you're ripping shots.
Let's
You're
get it
not fucking
going.
around tonight.
Let's get it going. There ain't shit to talk about, so might as well just do shots. Just get it done, get it over with.
Mentality.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Kansas City sports
Oh my God.
and the Steelers.
Can we not?
We're going to talk about how the Royals are going to get spanked again tonight?
I that was the first one I watched. Was it last night? The night before?
Who's up 2-1? Is it Yanks? Okay.
Yankees.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
you know what? Everyone hates a winner.
so for all you,
I've been fighting off Yankee trolls all my life, and it's probably one of my favorite pastimes. Because we just piss excellent. What we do.
I'm an
Could
A's
you
fan, so
sound
no-
any more? Could you sound any more pretentious, old man? Jesus.
I could probably find a way. Yeah.
anyone who owns a yacht is a Yankees fan.
Yep.
I would just like to point out that our esteemed guest tonight has an A's hat on. Anyone who wears an A's hat is either a deep fan or just likes hats with A's on them.
In this case, a deep fan.
Yeah, nice. I
got
figured
other
as
hats
much.
though. I got a Brewers hat somewhere and a Blue Jays hat. Other stuff. I like collect hats.
So I
but
see
mainly an A's
I
fan.
see your A's pennant on the wall. Your A's pennant on the wall was a giveaway that it's not just a hat. So much respect.
Okay, actually, I want to talk a little bit more about this, but let's do the intros.
In defense of the A's, I do got to say, other than Major League, Moneyball is one of the best baseball movies out there.
Oh,
Yeah, it's good.
unbiased, absolutely. I really like that movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, Moneyball was a great movie. It really was.
He kind of changed the game, right? How he went by statistics and
Oh, it
everything.
really did. Really did.
Unless you're the Baltimore Orioles and then you let the whole league do data analytics and you're like Buck Showalter and you're just like, nah, we're not going to do that. I like my guys. I'm going to play them.
Also, Brad
And then
Pitt-
they
I'm sorry.
go ahead, Bones.
I was
gonna
going to say
then they
something
got
about
rid of
Brad
Buck,
Pitt.
and then they got like the second version of Moneyball, which was Astro Ball, and but not the cheating aspect, just the farm system and analytics aspect.
So, see, in 36 years, I've watched one game of MLB, and that was last night, or whatever it was, the last Royals game. So, but yeah, Brad Pitt is where I'm from. He's from about an hour and a half in Springfield, Missouri. So,
Oh, really?
that's a cool fact. So, all right, before we introduce our guest, though, I do want to catch up everyone. Chiefs 5-0. Steelers just got beat in a ferocious ending to a thing. My Kansas City Royals knocked out Avant's team in the playoffs.
Ferocious, is that a word?
Yeah, Yvonne, I was going to leave that.
Yeah.
You are the grammar police, so I was going to leave that.
Atrocious, ferocious.
You mixed the word horrible and cirrhosis together.
Yeah. Cirrhosis is what I'm working on. Atrocious is what you were going after.
I was about to say, old man cirrhosis really kicked in on Monday night.
I am a knight. I am cirrhosis of liver.
Because, yeah, before you guys won, on Monday night, Chiefs won and Royals won at the same time. They were playing at the same time. And then, like, your Steelers lost.
You, my friend, have what we call New England sports fan syndrome, where your teams win and win and win and win, and you just don't know how to act, and you love to gloat, and eventually your teams are all going to suck. And then you're going to not have Tom Brady anymore, and you're not going to have, like, the best Boston Celtics team anymore. And then all of New England is just going to bitch and whine about how their sports teams suck. And you will be there, too, very soon.
Let him bask in the glory of their excellence for now. Because you know what? The dead clock is right twice a day. And when Patrick Mahomes is gone, the Chiefs will go back to being what they always were, the mediocrity of the NFL.
Yeah,
So-
you'll be living in Daniel Jones land, okay?
So pre Mahomes, yeah, you guys had a good run with Eli. So pre Mahomes, I would call it more cowboy syndrome, where no matter who was on our team, whether it was Matt Castle or whoever, we thought we had a chance every year. So that was
and then the wheels fell off.
Yeah,
every year. Yeah.
Okay. Kansas City fan base is getting to cowboy fan base potential though rather quickly.
Yeah, we're America's team.
Are you done gloating? Can you stop boring our guests? He probably didn't come on here to listen to you talk about your dumb fucking sports teams.
Thank you.
And neither did anyone else, because Vorgus is his head's gonna explode in the chat, I'm sure, or when he's listening. Okay, guys, thank you all for coming. Another week in the books where absolutely nothing happened, but we'll scrape up something to talk about tonight. But more importantly, we have a guest that we have not had on yet. I was going through YouTube. I like to try to find some new content creators in the game.
Yeah, we got some fresh meat.
And put them on the platform. So, guys, welcome Nick, but he goes by Energy on YouTube. Go follow him. Go watch his stuff. Like I said, I just found out about him, but I really enjoy his energy. Loved his stuff. So I was like, we got to get this guy on. So, Nick, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the show.
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
No problem, man. No problem. So what we usually do is we go through your whole we interview you, we grill you. We got some questions for you, okay? Swgoh and content creator based. So first let's do the Swgoh part.
I'll put hair on your ass.
So first question, how long have you been playing Swgoh?
Seriously, since 2018, so was that about 6 years? 5.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
That always boggles my mind to hear people say the year, and it really is so long.
So long, I know. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I played it right when it came out, like in 2015. And then I think I dropped off for like a year or two. And then I came back and I started a new account because I still have my old account somewhere, but there's nothing on it.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. So where are you at GP wise?
Got it up right here, 9.3.
Okay.
That's not bad.
You got some legends. You got some good talent. Did you have all the legends?
I have 5 GLs. That'd be Leia, Kenobi, SLKR, SEE, and JML. Leia's my newest one. And then for ships, I got Executor and Leviathan.
Any plans on rounding out and getting Jabba?
Yeah, so that was going to be my next one. I'm going for Profundity first because
Good job.
In Grand Arena, it's where I'm at, especially ships get you wins. So I'm going for
ships are king.
I would stress Jabba just because the rewards on Smuggler's Run 2 are just outrageous.
He's my next GL for sure though. I farmed up all the guys, got them all to 12 ready to go.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Jabba, I agree with the Profundity, but Jabba's good because it gives you a bunch of nodes in row. You get that Smuggler's Run 2, which for God's sake, let us fucking sim that thing.
That's not. You can't sim that.
No, and it takes me about 45 minutes to do it too.
Hype train has started. Hype train incoming. Let's go.
How? Aussie Mike, my Swgoh daddy.
You know what?
Community subs.
I might need to go get something for another shot if we're doing hype train shit.
Don't get too drunk, because by the time we're doing the fucking the questions, you're ready to leave, and that's the best part. So
that's why I'm thinking we got to start maybe cutting down the time a little bit, because A, at that point it's way past my bedtime because I'm old, and B, I've drank too much to the point where my face is slowly sliding off my skull. So all right, I'll hold off on the shot. If we get to a level 2 hype train, I'll go do another shot. Level 2.
That's a challenge.
At least you fixed your camera problem so it doesn't just fall down and look at your chest anymore.
New basement, new camera holder. We're good. We're good.
A nice basement, though.
I got to worry about.
Yeah, so every two levels, we'll have him take that many more shots.
Fuck, we're at 78%. I gotta go get the booze. Continue.
So Nick, did you buy any of the Lightspeed bundles?
No, I am 100% free to play. I've never spent any money in this game.
Okay.
Not that I have.
Nice.
Obviously, I don't have anything against anyone who spends money. I just don't myself. I see it as a challenge. I see myself as a patient person, so like I just enjoy slowly inching my way up to whatever goal I have, and then I get it when I get it.
Yeah, it feels better too when you actually work for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you already have it, and it's an old news in one day. So before we get too far off of anything, we hit level 2. Good thing he went and got. Thank you, Egnards. Thank you, Ricard. Love you all. Appreciate it.
Shit, come to. God damn it.
Take it.
All right, we get to level 3. I'll do another. Hey, I got to work tomorrow. I got a 4-day weekend. I got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, which is World Apology Day.
This is going to be a short. He's going to be snoozing
World
here soon. So Nick, content creating wise, how long ago did you start content creating?
So in general, let's see. On this channel, 2019 is when I started uploading to it. I had like other channels I was doing before that, but I kind of see those now looking back as like that was my trial run, figuring out what type of videos I wanted to make. And then 2019, I kind of narrowed it down. I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going for. And so you want the story kind of not
give it to us, man. Yeah. Let's hear it.
It was a high school. 2019. That was my senior year. I'm 23, by the way. So I had like some friends I'd always get on like PlayStation with. Right, we play games, whatever. And I'd always save clips because the PlayStation has it really easy. You can do that. So been saving up clips, and then I realized that I thought we were hilarious when we were playing, and so I decided to like kind of put them together and started just kind of uploading 10-minute combinations of like our clips and stuff. Just doing that, and then they kind of grew. I got more into it. I got a PC, so I was able to edit them. I started adding like like the subtitles, like adding subtitles for our text and stuff, better editing, kind of just improving over time. Then I got like a PS5, so I was able to do better clips, and that's like what I see as our main content is just like those kind of funny moments types of videos where there's just like funny clips, put them together.
For sure.
But since then, I've tried to like diversify a lot because we haven't grown a whole lot. Like we've had a couple kind of things blow up. We had a TikTok that got over 130,000 views or something, and that was probably the height of our popularity.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn, that's cool. That's really good.
Yeah. So, but not a lot carried over from that to YouTube, unfortunately. But still, it's like, but
it's a grind, brother. But just keep your head up, keep doing it. Do it for fun, not for
absolutely. That's yeah. If anyone would ask me like, should they get into content creating or something, I'd say as long as you enjoy doing it and you have time for it, obviously, then do it, because that's the big thing that I still do, because I've made zero money content creating since I've started, and it's a lot of time, but I still enjoy doing it, and it's worth it. I upload the videos, and I've said this since I started. Since there's like 5 of us in the group, 6 of us, if each of my videos only got 6 views and it was me and my friends watching it, and they send me a text after they saw it and said, "Hey, that was hilarious, good job," that's it. That's all I need. I'll keep making them.
Yeah. It gets addicting too, doesn't it? Once you start upgrading stuff and you start seeing yourself improve, and it gets easier. 'Cause it's pretty tough. It's not. It is kind of hard because you have so many things that you have to prepare for before you go live or whatever you do.
Yeah.
As far as Twitch, do you do Twitch? Have you tried Twitch?
I don't do Twitch. I do stream on YouTube. The whole reason I do that is just because that's where my audience is, and I didn't think it made sense to stream on Twitch and try to rebuild an audience when I already have one on YouTube. So I just keep it there.
Sure. I will say that you can start making money a lot quicker. Like it wasn't very long. I started making money on Twitch. That's why I quit doing YouTube, actually, because I started out as a YouTuber. And I put a lot of time and effort and thumbnails and editing and streaming and all that. And I was doing both. and then like my Twitch started going one way, and I was actually making money. Whereas like they really make you work your ass off just to get a small amount on YouTube. But it might be something to think about. If it's not your thing, that's fine too. But I made money relatively quickly.
Definitely thought about it. I've like it'll happen like every once in a while. I'll see some. I'll get an idea and be like, oh, maybe I should start doing this. One of my friends in our group, he does the Twitch streaming, so I kind of have him kind of like be our Twitch channel.
Okay.
He doesn't do it too often, so it's not like a consistent thing. But and then I have a brother who does Twitch streaming, and I play with him sometimes, so it's kind of
cool.
Also there. So
yeah, and like one thing I thought about was like, I would just stream on Twitch and then like edit down my stream and put it on YouTube. I used to do that. I mean, I don't know if that was the best. I didn't make a lot of views or anything off of it, but
yeah,
it is something to keep in mind.
That's a lot of work, especially for 3-hour streams.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I kind of burnt myself out, so I just picked one or the other, and I kind of went with this.
I did earlier this year. I don't know if you guys heard of the Uncharted games, but I did a week where I, like one day a week I did a live stream of each Uncharted game, like 6 days in a row, 5 days, whatever, how many.
I want to stream more too. I enjoy streaming the Souls games. I've only streamed Space Marine 2 once, and I've actually been meaning to stream Tekken again because Heihachi came out, and he is absolutely brutal.
Well,
I've been saying this for like 2 months, but I've been thinking about upgrading from my laptop and going to a PC and starting some streaming, but I just haven't like pulled the trigger because I'm like looking at prices and I'm like, shit, I don't know if I want to spend $1,600 or whatever it is.
If you use it for gaming and like everyday work, plus you're gonna do stream or edit videos, it's worth it. You get your money out of it.
You got to remember, like you can play not only PlayStation, Switch,
right?
Xbox,
everything.
There's hundreds of thousands of games that neither one of those consoles get. You can move that into your TV. You can plug it. So.
Yeah, but I think what's cool is that even people like myself that own I have a decent PC. I don't know if I would want to stream with it, but on the PS5 I can stream on Twitch, and I like being able to do that.
Yeah. But yeah, those Uncharted videos, I think it was, or the streams, I don't remember how long it was. It was way over 10 hours though, probably for the combined for all of them. And I went through and I watched all of them back, and then I did like a highlights of all of them combined. So definitely takes a minute to do that kind of work.
Bob, what the fuck were you just doing? Were you doing like some Spielberg camera lens shit? Like, what were you just doing?
They're making fun of my camera. Like it drives people crazy. Like I agree, it drives me crazy too. I don't know. I can't increase the quality. I got to get a new one, but I'm barely paying the bills, people. So let's get a few more hype trains going, and I'll buy one. All right. All right. Well, do you guys have any more questions for Nick or anything?
No, other than thanks. Thank you for your time and coming on. Again, we do like we've had some big content creators, but I think we enjoy having people just start out come on because it's a fresh take on the game and how they see it, and I like that more. That's just me.
Yeah, I think that's great. I'm assuming everyone kind of does who plays this video, but I keep up with like Arnold, right? And that's kind of where I get my news.
That's the Hugh Hefner of Swgoh.
Yeah, but I noticed when I watch his videos, like I know he has a free to play account, he calls it, but I don't think there's a lot of kind of like where my GP is and where I am in Grand Arena versus like other people even lower, whatever. There's not a lot of like recognition in the community from what I've seen, and especially for most people. So I think it's good that you guys are getting different kind of opinions, different perspectives on that.
Yeah, and let's be fair. Everything with Arnold is free to play because it's all tax deductible.
True. True. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, no, I know what you mean though, man, and that's what's cool about being on this show. I'm broke. If I had money, I would pay stuff, but I have to be free to play unwillingly. And Avant's our thrift shopper. He's spent a little bit in his life, but mostly does things free to play. And then we got our yacht rider down here.
tax write-off as a business expect, you fuck. What are you, a fucking tax agent? Shut up. Right.
Could be.
Is it an IRS bot? Do I need to kick him out?
I don't know whose fucking name is it.
It's just plausible denial.
Plausible, yeah.
With that one.
We like him. Crafting Way is guarding Steve-O's bus. Hey, man. Tell him to come onto our podcast or get us on his. That'd be cool. I'm down for some Steve-O. All right, guys. So do you want to talk about anything else before I guess we go into the no news for the week?
I had a question.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yep.
Is anybody keeping up on the Niners game going on currently?
I heard a touchdown pass was already thrown. I don't know who threw it.
Who are they playing?
Brock Purdy to Brandon Ayuk,
They're
I
playing the
believe.
Seahawks. I got San Fran winning this game big.
Really?
I think it's 10-0 San Fran, I believe.
I got San Fran winning this game big. I think Seattle are frauds. I'm not. Their schedule's been a cakewalk so far. I'm not buying Seattle.
Interesting. I'm in the Bay Area, so Niners. I'm Team Niners over here, and I got Purdy on my fantasy team, so I gotta keep up on it.
Yeah, I have Purdy and Ayuk in the same lineup, so
I suck at fantasy, but I got to say I have the best quarterback ever. Joe Burrow couldn't buy a win, but goddamn, does he put up good numbers?
Dude, get Joe Flacco.
It's the Matt Stafford effect.
Fuck you, Bob.
Joe Flacco's insane to me.
Fuck you, Bob.
That dude is crazy.
I couldn't fucking believe that Colts game. We knock out Richardson, who comes in. Somebody I dealt with for over a decade in Baltimore, Joe fucking Flacco. I'm like, are you serious? As a Steeler fan, that's the last motherfucker I want to see running out onto the field.
You gotta say it like you're from. You gotta say it like you're from Dundalk. Joe Flacco. It's Joe Flacco, man. Joe Flacco.
What are you, Jamaican? It's Joe Flacco, man.
What was that reference to?
Anyone who's ever been to Baltimore, it is the eastern part of the city where all the docks are. It is how do we say this? It's rather
Jamaicans live.
It's rather whiskey tango.
I will say, whenever the Steelers played the Ravens, when Big Ben and Joe Flacco were facing, that was a game, man. Those two were chucking that thing in.
If you want a funny follow on social media, Stavros Halakos is a Baltimore area comedian. He's a big Baltimore sports fan, and he's fucking hilarious. He does like a Baltimore, just a very funny Baltimore impression. Definitely worth a look. Stavros Halakos. He's been on Barstool too, so.
All right, let's switch it to Swgoh. Somebody just put in comment Z, so we're boring him to tears.
Yeah, let's. He doesn't watch football.
The news we got.
He'll stay around. He'll be here.
Yeah.
He will.
So, apparently, the Thrawn was leaked. That's not really news. I mean, I feel like we knew that was coming.
Did you know this GL that's going to be the counterpart to the GL that's already been announced is going to come out?
Yeah.
What was the leak exactly? I didn't see it.
So yeah,
Sonic did a really good video on it. He said it was something in their writing on something that they did.
Bones, are you gonna explain?
Yes, I'll explain it. So I didn't read it, but it was the Mark Q&A that came out.
Mark?
Mark.
Who are you, old man?
Mark.
It's
Mark.
I did a little bit of research and development. I watched episode either 2 or 3 of Ahsoka so that I could hear how they pronounced his name.
Fucking
in the show,
is it Marak?
In the show, Balin Skoll calls him Marak.
Avant. Whenever you see, do you say 50 RT or do you say Sortie?
I don't mention her because she's a dumb character. So
okay, but my point is, my name for him, just like Black Croissant, is Mark. It's just Mark. Just generic Mark. He was there for a day.
Mark, that was a really good exit strategy. I don't know. We don't talk about that bitch. She's a dumb character.
I've been watching a lot of political debates. I'm really good at evading questions. So
So anyway, so the Q&A for Mark is what I call him. There was something that says that he can't, like, he won't synergize with he won't synergize with Night Sisters, with something else, and then it said Thrawn's Imperial Remnant. That was in there.
You did a 50% job of explaining that, so let me fill in the gaps for you.
So let's start on over then. All right, go ahead.
Swgoh Event Server has a bot. Every time there is a game update on the servers, or like a server update, like with patch notes and stuff, they have a bot and it copies the update and it pastes it into the Swgoh Events server. So all of the text from the update copied and pasted, and then they edited the post to remove a certain part of the sentence.
Yeah, I was getting there. I was getting to that point. But go ahead. No, you're already in it.
But the sentence said something along the lines of because the context was, why does Marak not have the Night Sister tag? And they basically, like, they want him to go in certain squads, and like they didn't want to have game balance issues, so they felt he needed the mercenary tag and the Inquisitor tag, but they did not give him the Imperial Remnant tag because they didn't want him to synergize with
they said for gameplay reasons or some smokescreen bullshit.
They didn't want him to synergize with Imperial Remnant Moff Gideon or Imperial Remnant Thrawn. And then they edited the post and took out or Imperial Remnant Thrawn.
That was it. Oh. Mind you, everyone and their cousin in the game have been saying GL Thrawn's coming to the game eventually. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know when. But, I mean, there's people blowing up about it. All the Discords are talking about it. That's because there's nothing to talk about. So there's nothing wrong with talking about it, but, like...
Of you and Avant going back and forth that people were mad?
Oh, are people mad? I don't think people are mad about it.
We're talking about something else.
Mad about it, Thrawn being leaked, or it being Thrawn? Like, what? And that's... When I first thought I read that, I thought to myself, why are you surprised?
Yeah. No, I thought it was clear as day. Like, we're going to get GL Ahsoka, and then they're going to release GL Thrawn.
Like, we already have an entire Imperial Remnant team with Drunk Trooper, Meatbag, and Captain Enoch.
I mean, here's my question. All right, so we're going to get GL Ahsoka. We're going to get Baylan Skoll. And apparently, speculation, we're going to get GL Thrawn. Mm-hmm. When do you think these three characters are going to drop? Because let's consider, CG goes on vacation from December 20th to February 1st. CG goes on vacation. So are they going to pre-program shit to drop while they're on holiday? Or are they going to drop Baylan Skoll, GL Ahsoka before holiday, and then drop GL Thrawn after? I feel like this GL is...
Yes.
I feel like this GL is coming soon.
Yeah, because
right?
if you look at the timetable when Ezra is supposed to, come out of Conquest, we're going to have him in November. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have him in
a month.
Yeah. So very beginning of December, I'm thinking Ahsoka is going to be... I have a feeling this month, we're going to get a drop of the next set of requirements. November, we're going to get a drop of the last set of requirements. Bang. Beginning of December, it's going to make the player base, for those that are a little strapped for cash, especially around the holiday season, make a choice. Do you want Baylan Skoll or do you want GL Ahsoka?
I keep up with this as much as I can. It doesn't really affect me where I'm at in the game. I'll get these characters in at least another year. But from what I understood, it was supposed to be, Baylan first and then Ahsoka, both this year. And then my understanding was Thrawn, I'm guessing, maybe May next year? Maybe they'll take some time, get out whatever marquees and do that. And then, what is it still unknown if they're going to have another Conquest or Balin, right? Balin's going to be for Thrawn, not Ahsoka, right?
Yeah, and I totally agree because I mean they're already giving us Ahsoka's lifter unit in Ezra. So I'm sorry, Captain Enoch and the zombie troopers are not enough to fill out a Grand Admiral Thrawn legend. So there's gonna have to be a Conquest or lifter unit somewhere in there.
Well, there's also going to be marquees as well.
Right.
I mean,
they can't give you the marquees now for a GL next year because then what's like obviously you need them to unlock them, but you know you got to get the new characters on the new team. That's usually how it works, right?
So hold on, before we continue on, hold those thoughts. Jack, the people are saying, well, we don't know it's a GL. You guys, they come in pairs. Thrawn isn't going to be a fucking legendary. He's going to be a GL. He's already a legendary.
It has to be Thrawn because the only other possibility it could be is whoever the villain would be in the Mando movie, and that's not till 2026.
Exactly.
And I don't think they were doing Ahsoka season 2 next year, and even if they are, it's going to be later next year. I don't think they'd want to wait that long to release their GL. I don't know. Maybe they will. Maybe they'll still save Thrawn for a year after Ahsoka, and we'll just get other stuff in between. But I don't know. It'd just be kind of weird because everyone would have it in the back of their mind, right? They'd be just thinking, "Oh, waiting for Thrawn."
Well, if we also look at it by kits. Captain Enoch's kit is kind of meh. It's good, but it's not great. I was hoping he was going to be a lot better, but he really isn't. But if you look at his unique
I know how much you love his character, so it's sad to hear your disappointment.
I really was. And I said months ago, Enoch comes out wailing, day one, not doing the marquee thing. No, 7-star, Relic 8, out of the gate, and that's what I did. And then I'm playing with it, and I'm going, this
ain't it.
Yeah. I feel like I just kind of, like, I got.
I think
I fucked and I didn't get the money shot, you know?
I think that your disappointment is that Thrawn is going to be the leader of those three.
I agree.
Plus one more.
Yeah. Well, at least Enoch. I would say
but,
at least Enoch.
Again, if you look at Enoch's unique ability, that's where for the entire team, all the negative crit chance comes from. Now, I think they're going to try to go in tandem with Grand Admiral Thrawn, where you're not going to be able to crit them, but I think he's going to have some kind of ability where the zombie troopers still come back. So I'm just kind of speculating on. I know we're looking way too far ahead, but
there's nothing to talk about. So go
Might as
ahead.
well, yeah.
So as far, I still think that they're going to put off GL Thrawn for later in the year, next year, and I think it's time for a meta change in fleets. I'm not saying it's a capital ship, but there's going to have to be a major meta fleet change, and then I think we're going to get GL Thrawn.
Yeah, but they already said this next Galactic Challenge, it's really not going to... It's going to improve the Executor, but it's not going to move the needle.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, like, something...
You're talking about Dengar's ship with the next Galactic Chase.
Yeah, that's the Chase. So is the next...
I'm not talking about that.
About the next capital ship, like
Logan's saying
that. Okay, gotcha. Sorry.
The next GL ship you were talking about? That's what you were talking about? So like early next year? I don't know if there was any leaks on that or rumors or what, but I would imagine Trench's ship? No?
I still think it's Trench.
Please no.
Well, I just look it. They don't really have ships. Has been a problem. I talk with my brother about this all the time because he plays or used to play, but he still likes to talk about it. But there's no obvious pick for a ship when looking at what's left over to make a fleet. You kind of have to introduce a whole new fleet, which I prefer because I think they just need more ships in general. But
unless they drop Red 5 and it transforms Home 1 into a fucking...
I think that's what's going to happen.
Which is overdue, but...
Yeah. I think it's going to happen.
But you can't sell Red 5 like you could sell a Trench ship, can you?
But you can. You just make it another legendary.
Don't underestimate Don't underestimate CG's power to monetize.
True.
Hear me out. This is obviously tinfoil hat. Hear me out. Red 5, which is a galactic. All the ships are galactic chases, but each one of them have a brand new marquee pilot, whoever that may be. And then you get a B1, and then you get an A-wing, and then whatever else.
Or Akbar is needed at Relic 9. Biggs is needed at Relic 9. Wedge is needed at Relic 9.
True, that's true. I forgot about all the requirements for that.
I would just like to say,
Knights, you start slapping Relic 9 on shit, and people start getting pissed.
Yeah.
I'm angry at you for suggesting that.
Hey, man, I'm just the devil's advocate.
Yeah,
but
he's not wrong.
I'm not against a.
Put that hate on me, Ricky Bobby.
I'm not against a new Luke that can uplift Biggs, Wedge, Lando, and like Stormtrooper Han or some shit.
I
you know what I
want
mean?
a pilot Luke. I think that'd be cool.
For such a badass pilot, Wedge fucking sucks, dude. This ship is fucking garbage.
I mean, he blew up Death Star 2.
He did. This ship is dog shit. It's depressing.
If we get Red 5 though, my only request to you, CG, if you're listening, please give us orange jumpsuit Luke.
Yes.
I want orange jumpsuit Luke.
And do you want him to look like a prisoner?
Yes. I do.
Like, you want to see him picking up trash on the side of the road? Like, what the fuck is with the jumpsuit? Why is everybody like, I want to see Luke in the jumpsuit?
And
it's the iconic Rebel pilot outfit.
Yeah.
He didn't do shit in it other than take a swim in the swamp.
Prison Luke will synergize with Slave Leia. They'll be coming out at the same time. And like maybe Porkins. I've heard that name thrown around. A lot of people would like a Porkins. So
Meathead has already said they're never going to do that.
I was going to say, I thought I heard that they said they would never do that. But didn't they also say at one point they would never do Jar Jar, and now we have him?
Probably. Well, they also said that when they weren't going to do Jedi Knight Luke, JKL, until the end of the game.
I think that was pure speculation.
Yeah.
No, I think they said that.
They say a lot.
Avon, here's another one for you. Tiny Bubbles just said they will not do a new pilot. They'll make us Relic 9 Farm Boy Luke.
And we'll have this T-16 Skyhopper.
Dude, that is a fate worse than death.
That's a good pull, Bones. I'm proud of you.
And then the next raid will be us, just waves of Womp Rats, and we can't hit them. Their dodge is insane.
It'll be like shooting Womp Rats in Beggar's Canyon.
Yep.
It's really engaging gameplay.
Dude, a fucking raid that has to do with pod racing. That'd be cool.
No.
It's too good of an idea.
Oh, let me stop you right there. I'll just, it will involve me driving my pod racer into a wall and tying over and over again, probably.
Anybody remember the old pod racing video games? Those were fun.
Yeah, those are fun.
I never played those, but I heard they were like really, really challenging.
They were.
So the way I played him though was in the arcade. Remember, old man? They had the arcade.
Yeah.
It was a sit-in machine. Yeah.
That's right.
I played one of those at the Boardwalk this year, and it was like a New Hope version, and I tried to blow up the Death Star. It was a lot of fun. I missed my shot with the proton torpedoes.
I gotta do a callback. That is true. They had pod racing on the Nintendo 64, and if anybody remembers that system, that controller, whoever designed that needs to be taken out back and flogged mercilessly.
Was that the
because
one?
that controller was absolute dog shit.
Was that the controller designed for people with 3 hands?
Yes. Had the thing in the middle and the 2 things on the end.
Yeah. That really large demographic, right?
Like a 3-pronged dildo, and you're holding on to it like this doesn't seem right.
What do I do with the third piece?
Exactly.
I think at the time no one complained about it, but now that it's hindsight, now we don't get it.
Yeah,
but
the
I feel like it
second
was
the next
kind of,
controller came out, they're like, wait a minute, that made no sense.
yeah, when they did the double sticks, that made sense. But at the time, I think it was cool. And they had the rumble packs that were heavy as shit. You know, you put them in there, they're like 5 pounds.
Nintendo was like, you know what we're gonna do? These controllers with 2 handle grips are really cool, but what if we made a controller with 3 handle grips?
No, you know what Nintendo did? Let's drown our company with bad decision making. Let's do that.
Drown their company. I think they're one of the biggest companies still.
Or not.
Well, that's because after a certain amount of years, they've cemented their blind fanboys and fan base. They're making their money no matter what they do. So
Yeah, look at the Nintendo Switch. What do?
Okay.
What do they do?
Nintendo. Does anyone else have a Nintendo Switch? They keep at least revolutionizing and evolving and actually setting themselves apart from the copy and paste of Xbox and PlayStation. Whatever one does, the other one does, and they just keep releasing a different version.
We have a Switch.
Yeah, the Switch can it play AAA and it's 4K? No, but it's affordable. It's fun.
Oh, it's not a 4K video game though.
right.
That's what I'm saying. You don't need to, but I still enjoy playing new Mario games. I still enjoy Donkey Kong. I still enjoy whatever it is that Nintendo plays, and you can't get those games on anything else. Like you have to have a Switch or you have to have a Nintendo thing, and they're still fun.
I hate to say this, but
find an emulator on your PC. You can play anything.
Well, yes.
I hate to say this, but I agree with Bones.
And one more thing, I was just talking about this, is I miss co-op. You and your friend coming over, having some beers, and sitting next to each other and playing.
Absolutely.
You know, you can't get that. But if you have a Switch or whatever, you can do that. You can have 4 players. You guys can come in, hook it up to the TV, and you guys can still have that same kind of fun. Mm-hmm. It doesn't take away that option. So
I challenge all of you and all of our listeners to play a game that my friends loved to play in college called Drunk Driving. Like you play Mario Kart. And you have 1 beer. You have to finish the beer before the race is over, or you lose automatically.
I'll play.
You can either drink or you can drive, but you cannot drink and drive. So you have to put your controller down and drink, or you have to put your beer down and drive. You cannot do 2 things simultaneously.
That's pretty fun. I've never done that. But I thought you were going with you were just calling it a game, but you guys were just getting drunk and hopping in a car.
I thought that's where he was going. I'm like, oh.
It's a game, guys. It's a game.
I'm more responsible than that, you guys. Come on.
So, real quick, one last thing about video game nostalgia before we move on. So, Avant, Bob, you guys know that my wife dragged me out to her sister's recently, and I made a comment on our Discord on how much I hate going out there because even the Amish won't live out there. That's how remote they live. Yeah. It's literally like upstate New York Deliverance. However, her husband does have an Xbox, and he goes, you play, and her husband says to me, so you play a lot of video games, right? I go, yeah. Well, I got this game on my Xbox you might have played back in the day. It's called GoldenEye. I went, dude, hold my beer.
Shit. Oh, shit.
GoldenEye? Dude, hold my fucking beer. Dude, I forgot how much fucking fun that game was. Holy, and to be able to play it with a regular controller?
I've never done that. I don't even know what that's like.
Dude, that was fun.
Nice.
But you know what drives that nostalgia of that game? The fucking soundtrack. I have that playing in my streams a lot. All those levels.
Like the first game that gave people the split screen kind of fight against each other feature.
Yeah. I don't know. But
I think it was.
Oh, like
Super Nintendo did it.
Split screen multiplayer, but like versus.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you. I'm a huge Halo fan. I don't know if you can see it. I got like statues back there, but that was my my split screen multiplayer.
There you go.
I can never get into those. And it's nothing against the game.
Halo or like shooters in general.
I was just about to say shooters in general. I can't play Call of Duty.
You're not a good shooter. Like I'm imagining you doing a live stream of like Star Wars Outlaws and just getting killed all over and over again.
Yeah. Shooters nowadays are not the same that they were, even 10
I've yet
years
to
ago.
play Outlaws. I heard it was not good.
It's like probably average at best. I don't know.
Yeah, I heard that too.
There's some funny videos of like the bugs. They'll like hide in the grass. They'll start some shit on Outlaws, and there'll be a patch of grass in the middle of like a desert, and she'll just crouch down in there, and they'll be like looking above you, and they're just looking for you, but they can't find you. There's some funny bugs in it. But anyways, yeah,
Bugs in a game before it's tested. We've never experienced that Star Wars game.
No.
Jay.
That's the new trend in video gaming is just release the game half-assed, and then if people don't like it, we'll just fix it over time.
Yeah, it's like when a game comes out and is broken, everyone asks, "Did you test your game?" And they're like, "What are you talking about? We're testing it right now. You're playing it, and that's you testing it for us."
Yep.
So for this next little segment, let's kind of go around the room and let's start with our guest, Nick. What is going on in the game right now that is exciting you? What is positive about the game for you right now?
Well, I think the answer will always be Grand Arena. That is like my reason playing the game. I think if Grand Arena wasn't in the game, I probably wouldn't be playing it, honestly. I don't know.
No one would be, because the game would have failed 4 or 5 years ago.
I would imagine. But
yeah.
That's probably the big thing. I keep up roughly on the new stuff that's coming around, but I don't pay that much attention to it or invest a lot of time in it because it doesn't really affect me where I'm at. But yeah, I mean, I keep up on, they add like new raids, stuff like that, but it's probably always gonna be Grand Arena. That's my thing.
What about you, Logan?
I'm not gonna lie, from the Ahsoka series, I really loved Baylan Skoll's character. I really did.
Yeah.
Just every time, and I love the actor that played him, and I'm so sad that he passed away. But I loved his character. I thought his character was just so interesting that at one point he was a Jedi, and at one line he says where, I watched everything that I know burn, and I just found his character to be really kind of misunderstood and intriguing. So I'm very curious what CG is going to do with his character. I know they're saying that in terms of power level, it's going to be like Malicos level, and if that's the case, this Malicos is a fucking beast.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's going to be a 3 Omicron investment. GAC, we know this already.
Yeah.
And I'm also kind of excited on what they're going to do with GL Ahsoka and how Ezra is going to work into this, and our other marquee characters going to come out to kind of round out this team, because we're approaching 0 hour pretty soon as to when this event is going to drop, and we still don't really know shit.
Yeah.
We don't know much. So I am a little jazzed about, what the future holds, what's going to be going on. I think some of the recent kits they've come out with have been outstanding. I very much enjoyed the Night Mothers. That Omicron is just fucking, or the Datacron is just fucking ridiculous.
Broken.
Well, it's been figured out now. Like 5v5 today, I placed it. It was smoked in one attempt.
Crew lead Slacker is beating it.
So I tried that and I couldn't keep them stun locked. I don't know what I did wrong, but
I've not done it personally, but that's what everyone's suggesting.
Everyone is saying, the crew lead is what's.
It was also in territory war, so I don't know if that makes a difference or not.
Yeah, but that's that as a positive. That's what I got going on. I like where they're headed, and I'm looking forward to see where they're going with it. Avant, what about you?
Usually, I have something positive to say. I have been feeling super depressed about Swgoh in the last week or two. The only good thing that's happened to me during the Morocco event.
No, you lucky fuck.
I bought that 10 card pack for 1,000.
I did the same thing and got the shaft.
for like what was it, 1,000 crystal or 10,000 crystals?
20,000 fucking crystals, dude.
And one of my 10 cards was 145 Maroc shards.
I'm actually happy for you. That's
pretty cool.
That's really good.
So I got Maroc to 7 stars today without spending actual money. I just got my 145 plus all the other pulls from the cards. And then I did the couple like tiers of the event and stuff, and I got Maroc to 7 stars today. So that was pretty cool. But
Yeah,
man,
a couple days away.
I feel like CG dropped this info for us about GL Ahsoka and Balin Skull like 2 months ago. And then there was like a dead space, and I feel like there's this void of information, and they just have like stopped communicating. And I'm like, what's up, CG? Where are you guys at? Why have we not got round 3 of GL Ahsoka requirements? What's going on with GL Ahsoka? Like, why don't we have her kit yet? Where is Balin Skull? Like, I feel like they're holding a lot of shit and they're gonna dump it all at once, which I mean is fine. It's like the money grab strategy, right? Drop a couple things at the same time, make people choose, make people have FOMO. People will pay for both.
When do you think the Balin Skull kit's going to drop? Now that we have the last character.
Next week.
That's kind of what I was
could
thinking.
see that, yeah.
I think it drops next week, and then the event goes live maybe a week after, or maybe they drop it like Wednesday and it goes live Friday. Like, I could even see that.
Yeah. Make people panic farm.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I have Maroc at 7, and I don't have him at R7 because I need signal data. Or not signal data, I need salvage. But like, I just need
salvage.
Dude, I am dry. So dry.
Shit.
Yeah. Carbonite circuit boards. I need carbonite circuit boards.
Oh, they're not selling the pack right now? The 500 crystal pack?
Do they have that open now?
Well, I was asking. Is it out right now?
No, the small packs for the circuit boards.
Yeah, for 500 crystals.
That's a good pack. I like that pack. Yeah. I buy it often.
I load up on it every time it comes around until I have about 500, and then I'm good for a while.
Yeah, but I usually am good on carbonite. I'm usually good on bronzium wirings because I have a lot of the lower stuff. Like if you scroll to the bottom.
Even where I'm at, it's still the fucking bronziums that give me a price. Here's the other thing I'm doing, which I never realized this would be this hard, and it is affecting my income on supplies. Is I'm hoarding energy for the.
I don't know how you're doing that. That would give me so much anxiety.
Dude, I'm a little over 11K saved in energy, and dude, it is fucking ridiculous. I don't know how people do it. I've never done this before in my life, and it is ridiculously fucking hard to hoard energy. Like, it is, because you want to spend it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would look at it and go,
yeah. But every time there's a pack for sale, like me and Jar Jar McGoats have this agreement because we're both in the same guild. If there's a pack you can buy for a guildmate that has energy, we buy it for each other every fucking time. It's hoarding energy. I don't like when fucking Hugh Hefner does his fucking GL video, Arnold, for those that aren't paying attention. The fucker's got like 10 tons of fucking energy saved, and I always look at that and go, dude, how the fuck did you do that?
Well, he's got nothing to work on, so why not just save it?
That's true.
Everything's already like 9 or whatever, so just save it.
He's not gonna do like Cairo farms or like, he's got all the shards. He's
got literally
banks energy.
He's living it up.
So yeah, I mean, Since you
So
guys
anyway,
skipped me.
sorry, Bob. What do you got going on? Bob, I feel bad. Bob, what do you
This
got
week in
going
the
on?
podcast, we skip over Bob and don't let him answer
No,
the
no,
question.
no. We're not skipping over our lovely little friend.
That's every week, guys.
Play and deals with the trials and tribulations of not being able to buy shit. Bob, your opinion is incredibly valid. What is positive for you today?
Well, I don't usually have a lot to say positive, but we have to say one thing.
So
Also,
let's move on. No, I'm kidding.
Also, real quick, this has nothing to do with what I'm about to say, but like earlier we were talking about how they're going to be on vacation. CG's on vacation 12 months out of the year, so just so you guys know that. So anyway, so positive. I'm kind of reflecting off what you're saying.
Like a true capitalist.
Kind of what you're saying, Logan, is there's zero modes that are coming or anything that we know about that I even want to interact with. Grand Arena, it's been 8 or 9 years, or what, 7, 8 years I've been doing Grand Arena. I do agree.
That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy.
So I agree with Nick where that's what keeps me around. Like, if I didn't have Grand Arena, I wouldn't be playing the game. Like, I really wouldn't. But I'm not trying to be negative. So mine is the funnest part I have is logging in and spending my crystals on energy and farming my characters and leveling them up. I mean, just collecting. I'm excited about the characters that old man mentioned, the Ahsoka and the Marquise, and I'm doing pretty good on farming the ones free to play. I'm excited about those. And I guess using them.
Do you go in and spin them around?
No, but I'm about to get to that point. I'm going to be the guy spinning things because
I'm only mad because I fucking do that.
You're not the only one.
Like, oh, what does the back of this asshole's cape look like? That looks good.
What's the back of this asshole look like?
Well, I don't go that far, but
that's what I thought you were going to say.
Whatever floats your boat.
Go ahead, Nick.
I was just say if you're done, I was gonna add a part to my answer. I thought of something.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
I think it was like probably about 2 months ago. I think it was within 2 days of each other. I unlocked it was GL Leia, Jedi Knight Cal, Darth Bane, and Terran Malicos like all at the same time.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
wow. Fucking Christmas.
Yeah, it was cool, but like I was
12,000 Kyrotech stocked up.
No,
yeah, did you
no.
For that shit?
I had enough for one Relic 9. I used it on Leia. I wanted Bane for Relic 9. I've been slowly getting them up. Now I got the Malt 7.
Bane's fine at Relic 8.
Yeah. I haven't even been able to touch Malicos yet because I started working on Profundity. I forgot about him. Like, oh, whatever. He's on defense, Relic 1. He can do his job, I guess. But now I'm out of Omnicrons because I gave to like Drogon, and I'm just doing Bane. Somebody else.
So that Leia team is really good. Like if you go in against that team and you don't have either like a really good Datacron to beat it or like the right squad.
Beating Leia, what is beating Leia in 5v5 right now?
Okay.
Without
last night
Datacrons or with?
Yeah.
Because dude, I lost my first GAC round today because it took me 4 tries to beat Leia. I was ready to pull my fucking hair out.
So I did my GAC run last night, and I did my normal Slicker Armorer GBA with Hux and First Order Stormtrooper.
I've done that. I didn't. I went with a straight up First Order team. I think that's probably what fucked me.
So you need the 3 stacks of Beskar to get Slicker to counterattack and to have crit immunity.
And the attacker cron to attack again of the last set.
Correct. The problem is, if you get dazed, Leia has an unresistible daze. So there is a portion of the battle where you're just like, oh my god, please don't die.
Dude, Leia is so obnoxious. It's fucking...
Okay, so I killed 2 of the ads. Leia was there, and I think it was R2 and a tank, Kanan. and I went back in and I used JML with like a good Jedi squad, Datacron squad, protection with the Barriss Afi level 9, and I beat Leia. But last night I was watching Zareth's stream. You can beat Leia with Mon Mothma, Luthen, Pow with the Powcron.
I have the problem. All right, I'm buying what you're selling. What else you got?
Hoth Rebel Scout.
Okay.
And who was the 5th? I think he used Cara Dune. But hold on one thing. As a disclaimer for people that are listening. Now, while that may sound like a good thing, let's keep in mind that a lot of these content creators, especially bigger ones that do GAC, have better optimal fucking mods on characters than other people do. I know.
I'm falling prey to that. I've watched a content creator and try to counter it and went, dude, what the fuck, as it blows up in my face.
Yeah, this will work, and then boom, just one shot.
Yeah, like, dude, I just got fucking nuked. What crap are you smoking?
Yeah.
Let me explain why I think it will work. Because
hear it, please.
I think that the theory of how the team works is based on the turn meter loop between Mon Mothma, Luthen, and Hoth Rebel Scout. And so you're giving frenzy to Mon Mothma,
and your Scout's kit gives a lot of TM.
And Scout gives the turn meter boost, and then Luthen's kit gives the turn meter boost. So basically, the way the match went, Leia took a turn. She used her special that did not daze everyone. And then Rebel fighters go for the rest of the game.
Would you say that this counter is a little RNG dependent?
Well, if
she used her special where it's a mass daze, you're fucked.
Yes, correct. You're absolutely fucked. But I don't think she's programmed to do that. I think she's programmed to use the special that doesn't daze people. So, if you would like to clench and go into that battle, Leia takes her first turn, and then you take the rest of the turns. Because he literally just attacked Leia until she died, and then killed all the ads.
All right. Well then, you know what? I'm gonna give that shit. Right now, I still put Luthen on defense. I do. Maybe it's because I don't use the team enough.
I do as well. But I will be taking Luthen off defense if I can remember tonight.
I'm gonna give that a shot.
And I'm gonna try that. And if it fails, I didn't use Mon Mothma to begin with, so I'll just do my slicker counter and try that again. But I will say, still, Leia is the most annoying GL to face on defense.
Dude, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Like I would rather face Jabba.
Especially because they fixed that Sonostaros Rolo bug, so that was last week. Sorry, Bones. Rest in peace.
Fucking fuckers.
You want to go?
Bob, I am right with you. That was bullshit. And they apparently tweaked the Moff Gideon Kron and the Ethkoth Kron.
Do you not remember talking about that last week?
We talked about that.
Very drunk. No memory of that.
It's like he doesn't remember any of the Thursdays he's had in the last year and a half.
I know I had a lot of shots, but I had a huge dinner before the Soaker Upper because I knew what we were doing tonight, so I wanted to be prepped.
Yeah. He's soaked up.
I ate a lot of bread. All right, had something Italian, had a lot of bread. You know.
Yeah, don't be like your son Chris and think he's a badass and just start taking shots and then you're puking here in about 30 minutes.
You know what? It's funny you mention that. We had a housewarming party, and I was the bad one. I was toast by 11. Wake up the next day, and young Skywalker's looking at me like, "Dad, what happened?" Like, kid, shut up. What happens?
That was on the stream, remember? You guys were streaming the new DLC of Elden Ring, and you guys were having a blast.
Oh my God, that's right. I was like, yeah. So Nick, we're my son and I were streaming on Twitch the new Elden Ring DLC, and he comes up with this great idea of every time one of us dies, we take a shot.
Wrong game to do that for.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say experience took hold. And my poor kid. Yeah, homeboy didn't make it too far.
That's a game that you take a drink of beer every time you die.
Like you sip your beer when you die. You don't do a shot of liquor when you die. Because there are times in that game where you spawn, travel for 5 minutes, and then you're dead.
Yeah, that was hilarious. That was all on stream. I felt bad for him, but it's funny now.
Stream, man. I actually had to help him to the bathroom. He was praying to the porcelain god that night.
That's awesome.
All right. So what are we talking about? Grand Arena, Leia.
I was gonna say, you want to go and like just talk about like our last Grand Arena, like the most recent one, unless you had another plan. I'm just a guest here.
No, I want to do that before we go into questions. So I wanted everybody to talk about something positive, but let's keep this next segment brief. Let's not be overly negative, but Nick, starting with you, what's going on in the game that is not rubbing you right?
Not rubbing me right?
Yeah, like what's an aspect of the game that you feel could use some serious improvement?
So again, I'll just, what do you call it, preface this by saying, if you partake in this, no hate. I have no problem. You play the game as you want to play the game. That's your, yeah.
Oh, you're about to be controversial. I like this.
Yeah. Well, actually, I would think this is probably the least controversial. I hate Datacrons. I personally think they have no place in this game. I think they only make the game worse. I think Omnicrons.
Bob literally right now wants to suck you off. I'm just saying.
We're best friends now, man.
Yep.
I'm always fighting with these two about them.
Look, I think Omnicrons can do their job just fine, or literally anything else. Look, I get it. You want to sell something, and you want to sell something. That's pretty much it. But there needs to be, like, they changed the game, and they changed them too radically, and they changed them temporarily. I think it was like the last round, there was a new one. It was the Master Qui-Gon Omnicron, like the level 9 one. So it goes with like the Padawan Obi-Wan and then the new Queen Amidala. That thing was on defense. I think I threw all 4 of my offensive GLs plus Bane against it, and I didn't kill a single person. And again, I'm not using data boxes when I'm fighting, but usually I will find a way to beat whatever they got. Like, I got to get creative. I got to work around it. But I've never seen anything like that where I couldn't even touch them. Like, I did no damage. They were like just not taking anything. So whenever stuff like that I see, it's just, I don't know. It's
not fresh. It's not fresh. I think you said, yeah.
It's not.
I love that you called it a data box. That's like a low key dig.
That's the, yeah. I mean, when I talk with my brother, I call them loot boxes, but that's just because it's an EA game.
I like that.
But
yeah, that's true. It is a loot box. That's funny.
Yeah.
I've Datacons is all I ever call them.
Oh yeah, we call them that too, Datacons. It's just anything to be disrespectful to them, because I don't care. But yeah, I don't know. Again, no hate if you do them, but I will never spend. I certainly never spend money on them. I have like one just because they gave me like a free one. I'm like, okay, let's see what happens here. Oh, it sucks. Never mind. I don't care anymore. But yeah.
That's generally how the rolls go. When you roll it, you're like, really? Crit avoidance? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. But yeah, so I kind of, sometimes I get grand arenas like that where I'll just look on my defense, and then I'll just look right in the camera and say, all right, this is going to be a 10-minute long grand arena, so we'll enjoy the battles we have.
I hate that, yeah.
I'll interject with a side comment here. I think if CG were to make one improvement on Datacrons, that would engage the general public other than the economy of Datacrons. Datacron should not work on any squad with a Galactic Legend.
That would help.
If Datacrons did not apply stats to a team with a GL and did not have level 6 or level 9 ability, 3, 6, or 9 abilities. Sorry,
why can't they just boost one character on the team instead of like just doing all this crazy stuff for the whole team?
You know, I would actually be on board with that. If there's a GL on your team, this Datacron is null and void. I would be on board.
Put a clause in where if there's a GL, the Datacron does not apply, and then I think that it would make gameplay more fun because you could use off meta squads in TW and GAC and elevate them to higher levels, but you wouldn't elevate GL squads because frankly they don't need to be elevated. They're GLs.
Look, they had to nerf Moff Gideon's Cron because it was like a fucking GL. Like he was fucking
because it was working as they wrote it.
But they still had to fucking nerf it. Even though, how long ago did they say? If there's an issue with fucking Datacrons, it'll just wait for them. You'll be good.
Yeah,
I love your Patrick Mahomes voice.
I was gonna say, is that Kermit the Frog or Pat Mahomes? I can't tell.
Just play football.
But kind of going back off of you, Nick, I think there's the outliers. There's some people that are in Chromium that love Datacrons. Okay, I'm not speaking for anyone, but I think most of the people who really enjoy them, like truly enjoy them, are people in Kyber 1.
Yeah,
you know, because at that point everyone has everything at the same level, and the only thing that's setting them apart is mods and Datacrons. And a lot of people that I hang out with are all Kyber 1 people. You know,
I like them, and I used to be in Kyber 1 until I got squished to Kyber 2.
Yeah,
I'm now in Kyber 2 because I kind of stopped giving a fuck.
My goal was always like, obviously you play like a ranked mode like Grand Arena. It's like, oh, I want to climb to the highest one, right? And that was my goal. And then I really thought about it, and I was like, you know what?
Mike said ship dead crows.
Go ahead, Nick.
I was just thinking, I was like, I don't want to be in Kyber 1. If that's what the game is going to be like, where I got all 8 GLs on defense and there's all a level 9 box on them, it's like, no thanks. I'll stay in Kyber 4 or wherever I'm at. I'm okay.
No, Nick, that's like I play in Kyber 1, and that's all it is.
Yeah,
it's GL walls and Datacrons, and it's efficiency battle.
That would ruin my.
And you know what it comes down to? Mm-hmm. Are your Datacrons and are your mods better than your opponent? That's what it comes down to.
What if CG flipped the script and what if they had like one 5v5 and one 3v3 season? And they were like, you can only use the bottom 100 characters of your roster.
I mean, that's what they need to do anyways. They need to put like weird things like that every season.
I think they should have Grand Arenas where it's you choose either data box Grand Arena or non-data box Grand Arena. I think that should be an option.
Yeah.
Can you define that for me, for these old fucks that aren't up to the times, what that is? Data box?
What?
Oh.
It's a Datacron. How fucking drunk are you?
We just we literally discussed him calling him that.
I think he was maybe trying to get me to say it correctly. I think maybe that was what's going on.
No. He's being honest.
Just say fucking Datacron.
It's Datacron. That's what he's talking about.
No, Nick, don't you listen to him.
I want him to say fucking Datacron.
You keep calling it a data box. I'm fine with data box.
I didn't even notice that. I guess I just say that and I don't even notice it. That's funny.
He calls it. No, it's not your problem. It's he calls Ezra Bridget Urza. He calls Kanan Kanan. He's the last person to be asking about how you say things.
Fucking months ago.
I call Nisa Kanisa because my logic is if they didn't want me saying the K, they wouldn't have put it there.
Right. So can I have the floor for a minute because I have
update for you, Nick. George Kittle touchdown.
All right.
Okay, there we go.
I have
Perfect.
surprising takes.
Wasn't Nick saying something real quick? Weren't you saying something, Nick? Or are you done?
I
don't know.
I
Okay.
don't know. It's fine.
Go ahead, man. All right, go ahead, Logan. Sorry.
All right, so I wanted to have the floor because I have a couple of surprising takes. So, as everyone knows, our viewers and everyone else, I'm a whale. I buy everything. I don't give a fuck. I just buy it. I'm starting to lose interest in Swgoh. I'm catching that bug. It's starting to happen. And there's a couple of things that are happening that I want to address. So, first off, the first thing I want to address about this game is the time sink. And I think that's something that's not getting enough attention from content creators. I know Hugh Hefner put a video out about it, but I don't think it's getting the attention that it deserves. And Databox, yeah, I subscribe to them. I do it. I do Datacrons, but the thing is, Conquest is such a time sink. They've added an element to Conquest that is making it just so much more to deal with. And then you have TB, TW, GAC, your dailies, everything you got to do. So I'm getting to the point where I'm always in front of my fucking phone playing this fucking game, and I'm just doing the same shit over and I'm doing the same shit over and over again. It's
Tyrone Biggums.
The same mundane fucking tasks I'm doing. Like, it's starting to get old.
You know what's interesting, kind of to build off of your point, you're absolutely right about the time sink. But I think some people forget this, and, you know, I'll kind of circle back on in a second, but this is because it's like one of the better ones that in general that exists, let alone Star Wars. At the end of the day, this is a mobile game, and these are designed to grab your time, grab your money, and that's it. Now, just because it's a mobile game doesn't mean it can't have good quality of life, be good for the players. It should be fun. You know, they need to do that right. And I think this game is the exception to that mobile game rule now, especially that it's on it's got a PC launcher. They're treating it like it's an actual game, like a full AAA thing. So, and
it's lived so much longer than any average mobile game, right?
Yeah. I think the developers even expect it.
Oh, yeah. And I again, I don't want to put this game down because I do enjoy playing it. I think it's actually, you know, for what it is, it's a good game. But the fact that this is the best Star Wars game out right now, I think is pretty sad.
Yeah, it is.
It's
underwhelming. Underwhelming that we don't have a better Star Wars game.
And I could have this game so much better. I always say this. I enjoy playing this game, and I wish I could tell people to play it, but I just can't. Like, I don't care how many Lightspeed bundles or Hyperdrive bundles or whatever they put out. It's like, if someone asks me, it's like, oh, what's the best Star Wars game out right now? The answer is this, but it's like, I'm not going to say, yeah, go download it and play it. It's like, no, it's going to take you a year at least to get somewhere in the point to play. It's like you can't just go in and play.
Score update: Seahawks ran the kickback 23-10.
Jesus Christ!
Pending the extra point.
All right, so I have one suggestion, and I'd like to go around the panel. Everybody that has one suggestion on a quality of life for the game to ease the time sink. And this is what I got, and I gave this a lot of thought. So if we look at territory battle, right? Really, territory battle is based off math, right? How many missions can you do? What is your guild GP? Can you gain stars? I think we have come to a juncture. Now, every day, the first level, second level, first day, second day, you have modes that you can do for currency or character shards or whatnot. Those should remain open. But depending on your guild GP, why the fuck do we have to do day 1 or day 2? Why can't those stars just be filled automatically? Because mathematically, you can achieve it. So save people the fucking time on the first several days.
The answer is CG wants you to log in, fill your platoon or operation assignments, deploy your troops, do your combat missions if you do that. But honestly, TB is an time efficiency thought. So it's like it depends on your guild. If your guild needs you to do combat missions for points, then you do that. If your guild doesn't, you literally log in, put your operations, deploy your troops, maybe do your special mission if you have the people, and you're done. That's it. Like, that is TB. TB can be simmable, and CG should make it simmable.
And that's the thing. I think it should be simple. I mean, look at the era of technology that we're in. We have cheese out of a can and women's edible underwear. Let us fucking sim TB.
But see, that's the problem. Is all these modes that they keep coming out with are repetitive, right? And that's the big problem in the game. Is time sync and repetitive, right? Conquest, Galactic Challenge, Territory Battles / Territory War, whatever. The only one you actually enjoy doing is Grand Arena because it's different every time you go in, for the most part. You know, there's strategy.
I enjoy opening up the map and going, okay, what do I have to do with today? But Conquest, I'm like, dude, I'm over this shit.
You know what to expect when you go in those things. When you go into Grand Arena, you actually have to take a second, think about it, look at it, and be like, okay, I got to actually come up with a strategy versus, oh, it's this battle again. I know what team to use already. But the problem with the simming the TB and probably every mode that they have, and that was the problem with the raids for a bit, was once you do that, is
their content's wasted.
Their content's wasted. They spend all this time developing a new mode, coming up with the battles, tweaking it, getting all this stuff or whatever. And
that's why I have a complete lack of sympathy. That's your fucking job.
No, right. That's their job. That's the way they decided to do it. So they dug their own grave here. But I'm just speaking from, you know, what they're probably thinking. That's the reason. If they make it simmable, then, you know, it's whatever. Because otherwise everything they come out with would just be a GP checkpoint or a requirements checkpoint, and you either have it or you don't.
Relic check.
If you have
relic level check.
Yeah, right. You have it, then you can sim it, get your rewards. If you don't, then I don't know. No.
Trying to spitball different ways to save people time because I'm very financially invested in this game. But there's days I don't complete everything.
No, I agree with you. Yeah.
Real life, work, shit gets in the way. I've apologized to my guild. I don't know how many times. Like, dude, I'm sorry. I could not deploy these fucking tunes and platoons when you wanted me to because I was at work.
Yeah, I just started a new job this week actually. So like I missed last few days. I missed like my bonus energy hour because, you know, it doesn't line up now. And then like we just did a territory war, and I missed like the whole back wall, and we lost. So I don't know if that was my fault, but oops. But yeah, I agree with you. Like obviously, as a player, if they made territory battles simmable, great. I don't care. I just go in after the first 3 rounds. I just deploy anyway because I'm not going to sit there for 10 minutes. And then my team just gets blown up and I get nothing anyway. So I just deploy it.
I just feel like the first 2 days, and again, guild dependent on what your guild GP is. For some guilds, the first 3 days. But those days are pointless. Mathematically, you will get the stars. Why are you making us do these fights? It's
by design, Rise of the Empire, territory battle. The points come from operation completion and overall deployment.
Not necessarily, because guild GP will get you over the threshold.
I know, but so filling your platoon operations, I hate that they changed the name of platoons to operations. Sorry, that's like a semantics thing for me.
A grammar police thing.
Well, they were always platoons before, and they're like, okay, in Rise of the Empire, it's going to be operations. You got to fill Operation 1 and Operation 2. I'm like, no, those are fucking platoons. They're not operations.
Well,
They're platoons.
The other thing you mentioned, well, you talk about it like the way it was designed. It was also was it like 2 years old now? Rise of the Empire, however long, but they designed it. Yeah, they designed it so it wouldn't be the top players coming in and getting all the stars on day one, right? It was meant to last a while, and that's great and all. But you still have the same problem where...
But it's fucking boring.
It's boring and it's repetitive. The battles aren't changing.
Right. And so I think the consensus I'm gathering is that if it's repetitive, then let us sim it. Because we've been doing it for so long. Like, I understand the battle. I don't need to play it out. But the point I want to make is, like, it depends what GP your guild has, right? So where is your guild? What GP do you have? How many stars do you earn? Most guilds, if you cannot complete combat missions, if you can at least fill platoons, beat the special missions for get 2, get 3 currency, unlock Zepho, unlock Mandalore, you will get extra rewards. So make people play the special missions, but let me fill the platoons or operations. That's and then
good idea.
And then like sim, I mean, it doesn't really matter because you don't get that many points with the exception of ship battles. Ship battles have more points. All of the troop combat missions, if you compare Lightside Geonosian Territory Battle to Rise of the Empire, Lightside Geo, if you failed, you got nothing. If you got through one wave, you got like 1 million points. If you got through 2 waves, you got almost 2 million points. Yeah. Rise of the Empire, one wave is like 275,000 in the first wave, right? If you got through 2 out of 2, it was probably like 500 or 600k. So the reward for finishing TB waves in Rise of the Empire is not as beneficial. In Geo TB, it was like, if you get through this wave, here's some nice point rewards. In Rise of the Empire, it's not worth it because you don't get that much of a bonus. So it's like, okay, fill the operations, platoon your, deploy your troops, and get the stars and move on to the next phase. The incentive isn't there because, I mean, why would you do it? Like, I don't want to play it.
Yeah,
I agree.
So, Avant, let's go to you. What's one thing about the game that's rubbing you wrong right?
Bones. Do you want to give your improvement and I'll do mine last because I feel like I have a couple choices. I don't want to steal your shot.
Okay, this is going to be kind of long. It's not going to be overly negative, but I just have a lot to say about this, and it might not necessarily. I have some improvements can be, but I have a lot of things to say first of all.
Well, no, go ahead. I was just saying, let's just try to keep it like I kept it to one thing. Let's everybody keep it.
I've been wanting to talk about this for 2 weeks, and this is, you know, I'm not saying I'm a big deal, but I kind of have my pulse on the player base. I have so many Discords. I talk to so many different people. I'm always reading things. You know, I don't have a job, so I'm always.
Well, you're also free to play too, so you have more of a pulse than somebody like me.
But what I'm saying,
really admit that.
So what I'm about to say isn't speaking about all of you guys in the chat or whoever's listening, okay? I'm not speaking for my co-host. I'm speaking for a big part of the player base that feels
there's some controversial shit about to get dropped.
What I'm about to say, and it's really nothing different than you said. This game is stale. We're going on 9 years, okay, of the same shit, and this is what you guys have said. But, okay, I don't know how to organize this, but it's getting stale. Big time content creators who are making a lot of money are even quitting the game because it's not fun. Look around. It's a bunch of us, you know, it's kind of like the Wild West. It's a bunch of smaller content creators. Some are rising up a little bit, but a lot of us aren't. It's spread out, and why are they leaving? Why did they leave? Because things were great. Now, I'm not going to name names or guilds, but I know many guilds who are having problems right now leaving. We're having that kind of problem with our guild. Old man, you kind of said your guild's kind of having that problem.
We've had a few people leave. We actually had to take a lower raid crate because we had 2 people leave, which made we didn't get max crate because they decided to leave.
So our friend Aussie Mike, like me and him had to sit down because he's having problems with, I said I'm not going to name names here. I'm naming all the names, but
names, but Aussie Mike.
But like I had to sit down, like in general, like psychologically and like in general, how do you handle like people not wanting to play the game but still be friendly and not be a dick, right? But like you're still wanting people to participate, and people still want to play the game, but they're not really wanting to play the game. You know what I'm trying to say? And I think a lot more guilds are experiencing this right now. Maybe you weren't experiencing this 6 months ago or whatever, but as of today, a lot of people are feeling this way because it's not your fault. It's not your officer's fault. It's not even the people who aren't participating's fault. It's CG's fault for not making the game to where we want to play it anymore. Like, let's just go like a month ago, and 9 years before a month ago. The first thing I did when I opened my eyes, I logged in, did my dailies and my, like, maybe not everything, but I wait till like 5 or 6 to even stream it. I'll wait till like 5 or 6. I won't log in until 5 or 6. And like I said, I'm not speaking for everyone because there's people that just fucking love this game. But I feel like if you've been playing it for 6+ years, it's starting to wear on you. Like they're not bringing anything that to the table that is making us want to spend more time into it. And so, like, there's a reason why a lot of people are feeling this all at once. I can't give you the exact reason why it's this mode or that mode or that mode, but it's a feeling. And I'm not speaking for everybody, okay?
I would be willing to wager that those people that are loving the game and are very much into it do not have the time sink invested that Avant, you, or myself have that are in it.
And I was about to get to that. I think CG is banking on you've invested this much money, so you're not going anywhere. I've invested this much time, so I'm not going anywhere. Mm-hmm. That's why a lot of it. Also, they know. They're reading Discord like I do. How many times have I said, you know what, guys, I want to leave this.
Hold on, Bob. Can I interject on one quick second?
Yeah.
I've invested a fuck ton into this game. If I really felt like it wasn't giving me any enjoyment anymore, I'd walk away in a fucking heartbeat. And I'd be like, you know what? I'll sell my account, make one 1/100th of what I've put into this account, and I'd be okay.
But like I said, I'm not speaking for. I said I'm not speaking for everyone. Okay. I'm not speaking for everyone. But I've said this in many times. I said I want to quit, but first of all, I enjoy my podcast with you and my other co-hosts. I enjoy streaming it and talking with the community. Like that would be gone. Like a lot of people wouldn't hang out with me anymore because we're not playing the same game. I'm not saying everyone would do that to me. I wouldn't have my podcast that I look forward to every week.
I wouldn't hang out with you. You're a fucking asshole.
I'd still hang out with you. Yeah, and just like also I've been Shaka and mentioned my name on Rogue Actions last week.
Can we take a second? I love Shaka. If you guys don't follow Shaka, go do it right now.
Yes, he's one of my faves right now. Yep.
You got mentioned on Rogue Actions, you celebrity motherfucker.
And so that makes me feel good. So I've also come a long way content creator wise. So to quit this game now is like, me rising up in the ranks and almost getting to the NFL, getting drafted and say, you know what, actually, I'm not going to play. I'm not going to play in the football anymore.
Nobody's ever going to mention me. I'm an asshole.
So like I've done very well for myself.
That checks out.
No, I'm totally at peace with it.
So I think they're relying on things like that. Everyone has a different reason, but things like that, a lot of people are staying around. So it's just stale, man. And so if you want to get into like kind of what they can do to change it, I remember what you were talking about, Nick, and we were talking about the same kind of thing. Earlier you said they should have a Grand Arena mode that doesn't have datacrons and some that, like a league that doesn't have them and a league that does. So you could have different leagues. Like this is in a lot of games. I don't know what, like probably Fortnite has different versions of competitive league, and they're all competitive. They're just different rules, right?
I should try that. I'm not gonna lie. I like what Nick said. If they gave you an option of trying a Grand Arena without Datacrons, I'd give it a shot. I really would.
Yeah,
I think it would be interesting.
And then
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, even people who have all the Datacrons, I'm sure they get burnt out on just fighting with them. Like, I was like, yeah, I'll play a mode without them, or my brothers talked about this before, not with the data boxes, but even 5v5 versus 3v3 is he what?
Keep trolling him. Fuck him.
But I just, like, is that a thing in the community? Most people prefer 5v5 over 3v3 because that's the consensus I get, or like the feeling I get.
I feel like that's a general read. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, right now they're doing
Stay tuned. Stay tuned for our viewer questions because we have one about this.
I feel like, and Nick, let me get your thought on this real quick. Side tangent. I feel 5v5 gives your roster a little bit more utility because it's less teams and you have more room to play. Like 3v3, it's like you're trying to, like, I don't know how many times I've looked at my 3v3 board to set up for defense and I'm like, dude, what the fuck am I going to do right now?
Yeah.
5v5, you're like, yep, I know what I'm placing, got this Datacron, know what I'm doing.
5v5 is the game. That's what.
Yeah.
And 3v3 is a fun little mode. I'm not saying get rid of it, but 5v5 is the game. When I build a team up, I build it for 5v5. I have 5 characters ready to go on that team. I don't build 3v3 teams. I will cut 2 people from my team to make a 3v3 team. So
sometimes those 2 characters just get benched and never used.
Yeah, I do that all the time. I get like a roster full of
3v3. There's so many good tunes I have that get benched because I'm just like, where do I fucking put you?
Yeah.
So going off that, let's say you have 2 choices: 3v3 or 5v5 league. You choose one, and there's a sub league of like, okay, Datacrons or no Datacrons, and all those can still be super competitive. You still have different outlier or still different things that come into play.
I totally agree with that. If you give the players the choice to choose their own experience on how they want to play the game, I think that would open things up a lot more.
It would also kill the squish because you have a lot of, not the entire player base is in one.
The squish will never die.
No, dude, the squish ain't going nowhere.
I don't want to talk about the squish right now.
It's so heavy right now.
We all know about the squish.
I'm surprised with the lack of GAC because, I mean, a year ago I was scouting.
The lack of your, like, the fact that you're not like blowing up about the squish is like mind-boggling to me.
Dude, I stopped giving a shit. There's nothing I can do about it.
I just
you know what happened to me? There have been GAC rounds where I've gone like, what is it, 9 rounds a season? I've gone 7-2, and at the end when the squish happens, I'm worse off than when I started. And I got to the point I stopped caring.
Yeah.
I stopped giving a shit. It doesn't matter what your record is when the squish hits.
You should be able to go 5-4 and maintain your rank.
No, that's not how it has always happened.
But you can't, so you have
to be 7-2.
It's 7-2. 7-2 with the squish, which is crazy.
Dude, I have gone 7-2, and when the squish happened, I didn't move. I was right where I started.
Yeah.
And that was months ago when the squish was real big. And I've gotten to the point where I stopped giving a shit. Here's the other thing: is a whale. Okay, could I scout more? Could I read up on more counters? Could I invest more time? Yeah.
Yes.
But you shouldn't have to.
But I'm already investing so much time playing the game, keeping up with everything. I don't want to give it any more time. I have other interests. I like to vet out. I like to paint Warhammer. I like to do things with my wife. It's like, dude, there's other things I'd rather do than maintain my GAC rank. It's like I just don't have time for this shit.
Nick, what were you trying to say? Oh, I didn't.
That is the biggest issue that I have with this game right now is the fucking time sink. It is ridiculous how much time you have to put in this game if you want to be competitive and successful. The time you have to invest. And I'm at the point in my life right now where I don't want to invest that time anymore. I just don't. There's other shit I would rather do.
Yeah. Yeah, that.
Nick, what were you going to say a minute ago?
I was just going to shout out Aussie Mike in the chat. He said what I was going to say, where you have the two separate leagues, data boxes, no data boxes, and then just give different rewards for it. If you want people paying for the boxes, give them more crystals or whatever for that Grand Arena.
Okay, hold that thought, because we were having a similar conversation in my stream. Take the same idea we're talking about with Grand Arena, apply it to Conquest. Add a new extreme mode. Make hard mode a little bit easier.
No, please.
Hold on, listen to me. Listen to me. Just listen to listen. Listen. Make hard mode easier, a little bit easier, okay? And then same rewards, just a little bit easier. And then you add extreme mode to, if you really want to put in that time, you can unlock that character in 2 months instead of 3 months. Okay? But at the same time, hard mode is nerfed some, where it's much easier and more enjoyable for the casual person. But then give them an extreme mode for all these fucking extremists and
Bob, I hear what you're saying, but what is that doing for you?
It's making hard mode easier for me to be more casual and for me to get a red box.
If they do something like that, they're not making hard mode any easier.
If hard mode was easier, though, would that help it? The repetitiveness of it? The repetitiveness?
For me,
no.
yes.
The answer is no. I don't want to throw up, but I'm going to throw up right now.
No.
So the idea of Conquest being easier makes you want to throw up.
You just caught me. Fucker. Dude, that was off. I'm not going to throw up.
I don't know. I don't know about you. You guys or whatever. I just for Conquest, I don't even I don't do feats or anything. I stopped kind of.
Nick, how do you handle Conquest? Well, like what is your do you try to red crate? Like what do you do for Conquest? At 9 million, I think that's a really good question. Like how do you handle Conquest where you're at?
So I wouldn't follow the way I do it because I don't really try. Well, I stopped caring just because I don't know. Well, one, there's not like a character that I really want right now. I kind of wait till there's a character I like really want. Like I really wanted Bane. I saw he was good, and I was like, oh, that looks like fun.
Bane,
yeah, and so
everybody wants Bane.
Yeah. Well, he's like I get so much use out of him. He's only Relic 7. He's like a 2-person GL. He's great, but
he fucking destroys shit.
My only thing for Conquest, I try to not have maxed out energy. I have 5 GLs. I go in, I pick the one I think will beat the team, and I beat them until I'm out of energy, and then I leave. I don't do feats. I don't do anything. I don't know. Just for me, I can't be bothered to check the feats and throw in, because the teams I have that can do certain feats like avoid or gain stealth or avoid with foresight or whatever they want, gain tenacity up, like those teams for me are like CLS or whatever. If I send those in anything after the first round or whatever it is, he's gonna lose.
20 kills with Morgan Elsbeth, that kind of shit.
Yeah, it's I don't have that, so it's like that's half of the feats. It's like Morgan Elsbeth, that stuff, Gungans, whatever it is. It's like I don't have it. So
alert 20 times, only one character does fucking alert.
Yeah, I mean, I'll put in the effort when there's a character I'm like really looking for. Like when I saw Leviathan coming out, I like really went all in. I got Malgus and then the ship. But like right now, I just take the crate they'll give me after I spend all the energy.
So what pisses me off is this Conquest iteration, they've implemented these newest characters faster than they've ever implemented newer characters before.
I'm sorry, this Conquest has been horrible.
Yeah.
When it comes to, like, especially players like Nick, trying to get red crate, good fucking luck.
Oh, I never consider it a possibility, so I don't even bother. Like, Arnold puts out those videos right before the new Conquest season comes out, and he's like, "Oh, here's your guide. You can get red crate, even if you don't have all the new characters or whatever." I'm just like, okay, that requires you to get all these battles perfectly. You still got to have all this other stuff. You got to
have the right mods. You got to make sure it is modded right.
But it's like, I guess technically it's possible, but that's also considering like the time to research all this stuff, the effort. You have to have the patience to potentially lose the battle and then like have to do it again, or
just lost energy
or whatever. Yeah, it's like, so I have to deal with that on other parts of the game, so I don't want to add Conquest to it.
Yeah, Havorius, I don't know how you did it because I don't have Morgan. I can't beat anything with my Geonotions.
Havorius, I'm sorry. I mean, you got to get alert. You have to have decay. Like this Conquest,
you have to kill things with Morgan. You have to kill things.
Yeah,
with, I think
this
Conquest or something.
Was geared for you at least having. I mean, even if you didn't have the Imperial Remnant 7-star, like. I mean, decay, I get it. You want that because is when your team dies off, you get more decay. But alert, dude, that's annoying. And what about that one with Gungans? You got to get retaliate 15 fucking times, dude. That's annoying as fuck.
Yeah, for me, maybe for you guys who have, I don't know, something I don't, you can do it.
4 million. Some of that shit's annoying for me.
I'm 10.9 million. I can't get it. Even Mike, you keep saying it was easy for you. You tried helping me, and we couldn't get red crate, and you were helping me on my account. So, like, it's hard. But going back to like some things that could change. Like one more thing I wanted to say is the game needs a facelift.
Yeah, Retaliate is a cheese with CLS. I'm not gonna lie. You gotta have that team ready.
Yeah, I did the Retaliate cheese with CLS. It took me 7 days to do. I got like 2 or 3, and then once I lost stamina, like I couldn't pull it off. It would work sometimes, and then the RNG of me lining up with the Droideka, it wouldn't work. So,
and that's the other thing that I think a lot of people forget. And let's be 100% honest about some of these these guides people want to do. Your mods have to be on point for some of this shit to work. And a lot of people don't focus on mods. I mean, Avant, do you focus on mods a lot? Bob?
I just learned in 8 years.
Farming mods daily, working on
farming mods, no.
Speeds every day.
Listen, Captain Amazing just taught me in 8 years how to farm mods and leveling them up efficiently.
Well, no, Bob, I'm trying to help you and make your point here. I'm just saying a lot of the shit that people are doing, or a lot of content creators are putting out there. I will say one thing: Scribe, when he puts out a video, he tells you what mods you need. Mm-hmm. I'll give that to Scribe. That man's on point when it comes to mods you need.
I usually need to unlock my Leia. That's all.
Scribe is number one.
A lot of content creators will put shit out and go, dude, you can do this with this. And you're like,
oh, I can do that.
I want to suck on Scribe's dick for a minute.
You got a mod loaded for me there, homie?
When it comes
you better lube him up, Diddy.
I'm lubing you up real good. I got 10,000 bottles of lube for Scribe right now. When it comes to friendliness,
suck his dick if you want.
When it comes to friendliness, interacting with people, informative videos, popularity, like all around, that dude's the motherfucking man. Like, call me Bone Diddy if you want to, but I love fucking Scribe. He shows love to me all the time. He's hung out with us on the show before. He will sit there and talk to everyone in the chat. Like, I fucking love that guy. That's just my type side. But
he's part of the Scoundrels Cantina, so
yep.
He's good. He's good people.
He constantly raids me when I'm streaming. So does Mobile Gamer. I fucking love that dude. He raids me with like 300 people all the time. He raids me all the time when I play MSF. I fucking love that guy. So while he's gone and won't interrupt me and he's bad about side tangents. I don't want to hear about me. by the way, something that they could do is, I was just saying, like a facelift. Like we've talked about this a trillion times with like TW. Just maybe make not copy the MSF way, but split up the zones, so there's not so many teams in each one. Make more zones so that you can have different strategies and go around different ways. But just kind of maybe change the look of things.
I think if you make it so that like a person puts their squads into a certain zone, that would be more. I don't know. It'd be more enjoyable to like go through the sectors.
Yeah, we very vaguely talked about this in our Discord, in our guild. But like, if you did enough quality of life stuff in the game completely, and there's 1,000 quality of lives we could sit here and make a list about, right? But TW is the one that needs the most love. So if you completely put every quality of life that you could in there, give it a facelift, make it look different, change it up a little bit, not completely where we don't know what we're doing, you're going to get as much hype from the player base as you would as a brand new mode. People are going to be talking about it for a long time. People are going to start coming back. Maybe people who love TW that quit the game but are tired of it as well. It's just this. It's like an abandoned building at this point. It's almost about to be abandoned, and like you got to show this building, this game, some love. You got to give it a facelift. You got to remodel it here and there. Another thing is like matchmaking. I'm hearing people in Chromium going up against 5 GLs and they're 1 million GP. There's a lot of things little things that we can keep on going on about that are not that hard to figure out, or at least try. You just need some facelifts here and there. So a little bit of remodeling here and there in the game, and it's going to be much more positive. When they're not doing anything, they're not showing any love. It's like, I'm going to lower taxes and we're going to put those taxes towards the roads. Do you hear that in America all the time? And go drive on the roads. When are you guys fixing these fucking roads? Because everywhere I go, the roads are never fixed. There's always fucking potholes.
Into a weird segment.
Have you heard that 21 Pilots song?
What song?
All right, I'll drop it. I'll drop it in the Discord.
If you live in California, you probably know that they work on the roads all the time, and they never get better. And
roads. It's like sending somebody to the hardware store to get milk. It doesn't fucking happen.
No, all they do is block off a lane when I'm trying to go somewhere, and then it opens up, and then they work on the next one, and then they rotate back the next month. It's like there's always an orange cone. Everything is like within a 20-minute radius. I can't go anywhere without seeing an orange cone around here. It's ridiculous.
Yep. Yes. But what I was saying, old man, what I was saying is just like the game needs some. I compare it to like an abandoned building. We need to do some reworks and all over the game. Like it needs some facelifts in places, and that'll give some hype to it. Like 9 years, man, I've been staring at the same screen, same mode, nothing's changed.
Dude,
I don't have much more to say about that. But
the two biggest things are Conquest and TV. Those are the two biggest.
Roll for time sync.
Time sync.
He's talking about like, outdatedness. I would agree. For me, is Territory War.
Yeah. Like Territory War.
When do I get to share my opinion?
Oh, right now. Right fucking now.
Yeah,
dude, you non-hat wearing sexy bitch right now. Fucking do it up.
Where's your hat? Usually you're wearing your hat. God damn it.
He doesn't even know. Look at him. He's searching for it.
I think. Go ahead.
Also, with your acumen, Clarice.
Mike sent me the Huts. I have a new hat, the Huts Hangout hat. Everyone go out and get yours.
I'm not going to wear that fucking Australian hat.
I don't like them, but they sent it to me. I really don't like those fucks over there at the Huts Hangout. But
you say that now. You say that now.
Wait a minute. What does the hat look like?
It's white. It's a trucker hat. It's really nice, actually.
Oh, really?
Does it look like a crocodile?
I told him we need to get floppy hats.
Go get the hat. I want to see it. That's it. That's that. Yeah, I'm not putting that on my fucking head.
What kind of hat do you wear? You want a floppy hat? Like a...
I wear a fucking hat. That's why I still have my hair. And it looks good.
How about I get a Crocodile Dundee hat and put the Huts hang on it?
Fucking years old. I still got a full head of hair. Fuck yourself.
All right. Leave my hat alone. Avant, what do you got to say, brother? Let's hear it.
One positive change that CG can make with TW. So the problem is you set your defense and then you have to attack, and the attack phase is 24 hours. That's too short. And so if CG is going to lengthen the attack phase, they need to fix the matchmaking algorithm. Because whenever my guild faces a TW opponent, we know right away, are we going to lose? Are we going to win? Like, it's a stat matchup. So if you're going to take the TW like attack phase and make it longer, then you need to make the matchmaking more efficient so that they're not as skewed.
More fair.
Yes, more fair. Because there are times where we go into a TW and we're like, shit, it doesn't matter what we're going to do. We're going to lose. And there's times where we go in and we're like, well, as long as everyone shows up and attacks, we're going to beat this guild. And you shouldn't have either of those situations. It should always be, this guild is equal to us, and it's going to be a competitive match.
But that's not practical, and that's not going to happen.
But they can fix that. They can find a way to match up. Like, I don't care if we face the same guilds over and over again. If the match is equal and competitive, I would rather have that than have 50-50 matchmaking where I'm either going to completely murder a guild or get murdered by a guild. Like, I don't want to have 4 matches where I get murdered, even I do the murder, and then it's even, and then I get murdered, and then it's even, and then, like, I don't need that. Just, like, make all of the matches equal. Stop making, it's not GAC. So stop bringing people up and down and make it so that you're facing someone with equal GLs, equal ship GLs, and equal GP amounts. Because I feel like that's the best way to do the TW matchmaking. It's much different than GAC. It's a different animal because that's 50 people.
So, like the old way, remember the old way of Grand Arena?
Yeah.
Would that be more closer to what you're talking about?
Yes, for territory war.
Yeah.
But like, what if they fixed the matchmaking, and then your territory war opponent, you had 24 hours to set your defense and 36 hours to attack. If the matchmaking was good and you didn't have the pressure to attack in 24 hours.
So you want to increase the attack time?
I think that works.
I hate
earlier I thought you said you wanted to decrease it.
No,
that's why I was like, whoa.
Increase.
No, so I hate the fact that I have to be on call for territory war.
Yes.
Like, don't make it so that, like, this block, I have 3 hours to attack. And then the guild is like, we need you here to attack right now. We haven't got through this wall because you haven't attacked.
Oh, I know. There's times I've gotten messages on Discord like, Old Man Logan, we need you. I'm like, dude, I'm dinner with my wife. Fuck off.
Yes, absolutely. So, what if territory war was longer, but the only way I will agree to TW being in a longer phase is if they make the matchmaking better. because right now the matchmaking sucks. It's terrible.
But that goes from the top on down. I mean, unless you're a gauntlet guild,
Put me against someone comparable to me.
The board throughout all of Swgoh. Like, you have a match where you win, you have another match where you win, and then eventually you're going to get matched up with someone that is going to just blow you off the fucking table.
Well, what exactly is
that
the
has been the algorithm of how this has worked for years.
What is the matchmaking? How does it work? What do they look for exactly? It's not just
we
GP,
don't really know. All I know is you win a couple, and then you're bound to bump into a team that's going to smoke your ass.
So it's skill-based matchmaking, basically?
All I'm saying is the current algorithm is bad. It needs to be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
And if they fix it to the point where it's not 24 hours of rushed attacks, like, let a guild take their time. Give them 2 or 3 days to attack. Get through all the walls. Because we all fucking hate 48 to 50 rays or whatever the fuck you're going against. 48 of them is terrible. You have to, like, get everyone in the guild. Hey, we need you to attack. You gotta attack. Hit that. Hit that. We need this counter. We need this counter. Like, it's not enjoyable. So if the mantra is you need to have your attack window in this small finite amount of time, I don't enjoy that. So widen the window, but fix your matchmaking problems and make the matches more even, because right now 25% of matches I know we're going to stomp a guild. 25% of matches I know we're going to get stomped. 50% I know it's going to be competitive. Get rid of those outlying 25%. Make them all competitive. There's no reason for it to be not competitive. I shouldn't have to win twice just to get butt fucked and get railed in the next TW match. Like, make the matches fair.
Yeah, you know what? My counter argument to that would be, you work for a little bit, you win a couple matches, then you look at your next opponent and go, dude, I get the next 2 days off because we're not going to win this. So I'm going to place my defense and call it a day, and I ain't got to worry about it.
But if I want to engage, what is the fun in that?
I look at it as, man, my free time. Like, yeah,
I know.
My free time is so much more worth it.
That's how you look at it as it is now. But he's saying if the mode's in the game, it should be fun to play. That's what you're saying? And you want to enjoy it.
Yeah, like, no, I agree with him.
If I want to log in,
like-minded, like, guilds within your GP, 100%. But that's not how it works.
But it could work that way.
If they wanted it to, yeah.
And you asked me, and that's how I want it to work.
I agree with you.
So some people keep saying this, like 8 people have said this. 50 territories, each territory is one person. That one person puts 8 defensive teams down or something like that.
I saw that. I did see that. Wouldn't that just make it Grand Arena, though? Just in the second Grand Arena?
Yeah, kind of. Pretty much.
Well, how would that make it Grand Arena?
Well, because now it's just a 1v1 against wall versus wall, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, everyone can take out one. You can have 5 people taking out one person's defense.
Where you're saying you get to pick which wall you go after, but you can only pick one.
Well, you're still... Imagine the map exactly the same. But instead of... How many territories are there?
Like 10, I don't know.
Like, let's say there's 10, whatever there's 50. And you still can't see the back one until you clear the front one. So the same kind of thing, but instead of getting 2 walls of nothing but Leias and Javas, you now have, let's say, 10 walls of... At the most, you can only have 10 Leias because there's only 10 players in the front wall. So, you know, in every territory, it's up to the player, or if you get it with your officers, you can decide what you set. But you're going to have 10 territories, that's 10 players. You're only going to have one of.
But you could also bypass if someone put down like great mothers, and you're like, I don't want to deal with that, and you go around it.
Yeah. Because with there being 50, you can take all kinds of different routes. Like you just said, you could go around it. So you could go below the one with great mothers, take out the first territory, the second one, and then you can go up behind the territory with great mothers.
So you don't get stonewalled by like one squad or like 2 or 3 people having the same squad and then putting that in one block.
Yeah.
It spreads it out.
But here's my thing is we don't have to, unless you guys have more to talk about it, we've talked about it quite extensively. There's a trillion things that they could do.
Your questions are coming because I'm getting tired.
Yeah, so it's not hard for a $4 billion game.
I'll be back in 1 minute.
$4 billion game, not company, just this game alone, $4 billion. It's not hard for them to make these small changes that we've come up with. And it doesn't take a genius to know how to make something fun. So,
but you gotta remember, it's also EA. They're not gonna make the changes unless they have to.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, they're gonna put the least amount of effort in, as long as they make twice the amount of money.
Until they literally get in legal trouble, then the loot boxes are coming out of Battlefront 2. That's EA.
Yeah, and that's the thing is these whales, they don't care. They don't care if we're complaining. As long as they're having fun, they're gonna keep giving them money. So if like a bunch of us went on strike or a bunch of whales went on strike, there's going to be 10 times the amount of whales saying, well, while you're on strike, I'm going to move on up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no one's going to get on the same page to kind of boycott them. Here's my weekly Marvel Strike Force reference. A long time ago, the game was complete shit. The top 5 to 10 whale guilds came together and they literally stopped. They came together in one Discord. They created Discord for these 10 guilds again. They were the top 10. They created everything they wanted to change, and they weren't going to spend money until then. Fucking guess what? 3 to like 5, 6 months later, they completely revamped the game for the better because these spenders, they stayed true to the word. But Swgoh is not the same like that. Like people have tried that, and people just laugh at them, right? So it's a different kind of thing whenever whales are like whales are just there for themselves. And I'm not speaking for you, Logan, but you're not even at the top, But think how much money you've spent, Logan. Think how much money you've spent, and you're still not even close to the tip. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. But Avant's back. Do you guys have anything else to say about that, or we move on to viewer questions?
No, I think it's time for viewer questions.
I just wanted to add that, unfortunately, the Yankees won.
Yeah.
So,
they won tonight?
Yeah. Royals are out. So
Series, baby, let's go.
Whoever, if it's or what is it, Tigers or Guardians, I'm now their biggest fan. Whoever.
It's not World Series yet. You got to go ALCS.
Yeah, the
Logan.
Champion Series.
I just love bragging. I don't even watch MLB. I just wanted to brag that my team took out my 2 co-host team.
What you did?
All right. Well, I still have the Chiefs.
For now. Viewer questions. Let's go. We got quite to go through, and some of these are entertaining to say the least.
First question is from Shaka.
Hey, Shock Nasty. Shock 2.
Shock Nasty.
Shaka says / asks.
Can we start calling the Shocker Tua? Imagine a Shocker with a Tua on it.
You can
probably
spearhead that, but I'm gonna.
We're good on that.
All right, continue on.
I need to preface this question with a statement. After you raid out, unless you end the stream, viewers on the Fire Stick Twitch app can still see the stream.
I didn't know that.
With that being said, Avant claimed he didn't know what to do with his hands after you raided Urs. What is one thing that Avant could do with his hands to make the podcast more educational and informational while still being entertaining?
I'm not even touching that one. Avant, by all means, that was directed to you.
The question is about me. I'm not going to answer a question about me.
Yeah, so Shock, what we would do is we would mute me and Logan, we'd mute our guest, and then Avant would just talk for however long he wants to talk.
Like in sign language or in like actual language?
He just got here too. What up, Shock? What up? Fuck you, buddy. Yeah, I mean, good question, but I have no answer for it. Literally, get some different co-hosts and make Avant the main guy.
All right. The next one.
Shaka could take our place because he's a teacher. He could maybe play the flute or play a recorder.
I think in the spirit of Shaka, I would learn to play bass guitar with my hands, like in an imaginary bass guitar pattern. And that's what I would do.
Did you guys know that Shaka has the Bone Zone? I thought it was based on, it was named after me, but he's a professional trombone player. So he really knows how to play the bone.
I will slap that bass, my man.
But yeah, maybe we can get you on here to play the flute or something, Shaka. That would be more educational. Anything else?
No.
You got any ideas for us, Nick? Maybe you got some ideas looking on the inside out. What could we do to make it more informational?
With what, his hands?
I don't know what to do with my hands. What do I do with my hands?
Jerk off.
I think the question was, how do we make the show more informational? We could do like a kit quiz every show or something.
I don't know. I find opinions to be good information. Is that not enough? I don't know. It's like getting.
Yeah, is that not enough for you, Shaka?
I don't know.
God, what do you want from us?
Are you not entertained?
Is that why you're not here? So, anyways, what's funny? I don't want to admit this, but I don't give a fuck. I also rated somebody on my stream yesterday, the day before, and I was here for like 15, 20 minutes, like just watching a YouTube video, like picking my nose. And Mike's like, you're still alive, right? And I was like, fuck. Who knows how many people fucking saw that? Yes, I pick my nose, motherfuckers. And I wipe it underneath my desk. I have a whole collection of boogers and gum underneath my desk.
All right, that's gross. So without us being up till 2 a.m., I'm going to read this next one by Unholy Baroness because it was specifically, apparently, for me. So, Unholy Baroness. Hello. Unholy Baroness here from the Hux Cartel.
Wait, are you gonna read this?
Yeah, I'm gonna read it because it was directed to me.
I don't have a whiskey refill, but go ahead.
Go get your whiskey refill, you fucking lush. No, go ahead. Go get a drink and then I'll read it. Go ahead. Go.
Carry on. Go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't have to pour another shot before I read this shit. Hold on. Shot being poured. Here it is.
Right. Still pouring.
Hello. Unholy Baroness here from the Hutz Cartel. ? House? ? The Hangout Cartel? ? She obviously doesn't know where the fuck she is. Fuck Bone. I made this question specifically for Logan, so I'm sure he'll love it. All right, you crazy goddamn broad. Let's see what you got. All right. As the first rays of pixelated sunlight filter through the blocky landscape, you slowly awaken to find yourself in a world that feels both familiar and surreal. The vibrant green of the grass, blocks, and the distant sounds of Minecraft's wildlife fill your senses, and for a moment, you think it's just another day in your gaming adventures. However, as you sit up and glance around, you notice the peculiar surroundings of a quaint wooden cottage, adorned with torches and meticulously crafted garden. Should be gardens. Just as you begin to process his strange new reality, a figure steps into view. A tall, imposing silhouette with glowing white eyes and a calm yet eerie demeanor. It's none other than, I can't pronounce it, the enigmatic and legendary character of Minecraft lore, standing beside you with a gentle smile.
Is it Herobrine?
Thank you. With a mix of excitement and trepidation, you realize that you are now married to this legendary figure. As you embrace the absurdity of the situation, Mispronounce takes your hands and leads you outside to explore the pixelated paradise together.
Fair question.
The two of you venture into a vast landscape filled with towering mountains, intricate caves, and sprawling forests, all while engaging in playful banter and building an unexpected bond, run-off sentence. As you gather resources and craft tools side by side, you learn that beneath unpronounced fearsome's reputation lies a deep appreciation for adventure and companionship. In this blocky realm, every moment is an exhilarating blend of challenge and wonder.
I feel like you're reading an erotic novel right now.
Not just by the environment, but by the mysterious charm of your new partner. On your return home, a new wave of horror washes over you as you discover your beloved cottage engulfed in flames, crackling and roaring with an ominous intensity. Stagnant amidst the fiery chaos is a dominating figure, seemingly unfazed by the inferno surrounding him. As the smoke swirls and the light flickers, you squint through the haze to make out the unmistakable silhouette of Mike Wazowski? The one-eyed green monster from Monsters, Inc.?
Mike Wazowski!
His confident stance and mischievous grin are just disposed against the backdrop of destruction?
Whoa. Don't change your tone. Don't change your tone. Stay in character.
I like it.
It's Monsters, Inc. They threw me off. The flames dance around him, casting eerie shadows, and you can't help but wonder what has led to this bizarre and alarming reunion. Suddenly, you awaken to your alarm clock blaring. Do you get up and get on with your day? Or do you snooze the alarm and return to your husband within the dream and reclaim your home from Mike Wazowski?
So, before you answer that, that's the last time we ever do that, by the way.
Shut up. Upon reading that, Unholy Baroness, I might know a publisher that I might hook you up with. Second of all, I think you need to stop dropping LSD immediately. I don't know what you're on there, honey, but holy shit, that is dude, that is some crazy shit, whatever you're smoking. As for answering your question,
Can you start over, please?
I don't give a fuck. Because that wouldn't happen. Ever. So, I don't know how that was directed towards me, but, I mean, I enjoyed reading it.
Did you? You can be honest.
I got nothing else to that. Anyone else in the room got something for that?
I'm going to answer the question after the essay.
And what do you mean, Bob? I can never do that again. That was
there was a question. The question was, do you get up and get on with your day? Or do you snooze the alarm and return to your husband with the dream and reclaim your home from Mike Wazowski?
Get on with my day, because obviously I shouldn't have had that piece of pizza before I went to bed.
The question is that, and the answer is, I'm tired and I'm going back to bed. I'm snoozing and going back to sleep.
That would have been a god tier question without the story and just completely out of context. Just ask that question. It's like, what are you talking about?
Always watching, Wazowski.
sweetheart.
Always
Like,
watching.
I
Can we move on? Like, also, Baroness, we're not reading that again. Another one like that again.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I'm going to limit you to like 3 to 4 sentences. 4 sentences is a lot, actually. So 4 sentences.
Wait a minute. You didn't appreciate how I read that?
No, it was, I like the confused part when you started becoming confused.
I appreciated your character until you got confused, and then you stopped being character, and we had to put you back in character.
Field. Like, dude, I think I'm in Hobbitville, and all of a sudden, like, Pixar invaded.
Hobbitville? It's Hobbiton, motherfucker.
What I don't
ever ruin that. Hobbitville.
God. I think if I got something like that in my Discord, that's a perma ban. I'm not even dealing with that.
Nope. You heard it here, Baroness.
Sorry.
Nick has banned you.
Next.
You're out.
Okay. Are we ready for the next question?
Oh, yeah.
It's from this guy named Bones.
Oh, yeah. What did I ask?
Which characters from Lord of the Rings would the host and guest be?
Speaking of Hobbitville. All right, so do we all want to say... I think we should all say who we think. I would be Pippin, because I fuck everything up, and Gandalf's always yelling at him and like fool of a toque and everything. Good-hearted, but fucks everything up. Avant, I can see some Aragorn in you. I think you could be Aragorn. How tall are you, old man?
About 6.
You're 6'5"? No, you're not.
No, I said about 6 foot.
Oh, okay. All right. I was going to say you could be Gimli.
Fuck you. I'm the mouth of Sauron. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to fucking die. That's the way it is.
I can see you and Nick fighting together because Nick looks like a Legolas. So I can see you two fighting alongside each other, creating a great bond.
I guess I take that. I'm not a big Lord of the Rings guy myself. Have seen them once. I've seen the movies once. I do own the movies. I don't know if you can tell back there. I'm a huge movie collector, and I do own the trilogy.
I did see that behind you. That's very impressive.
Thank you.
I don't know. A lot of people keep saying they don't understand it or don't like it. I want to choke a lot of you guys. It's one of the greatest
Well, did you read the books?
Yes, I did.
I think that's what does it. I think if you love the movies, if you love the books, and if you haven't read the books, the movies are just not bad, you know. But that's
a good point because the movies weren't even out when I read the books. So I'm 36, so I was in high school whenever I read them. So yeah, that could be true. Yeah, because it's a lot more younger kids that are saying that.
36, you young fuck.
I'm 23.
Fuck you too.
23 and 6'1".
Avant, what's your answer for this?
48. Ox.
I've not read the books. I've not watched the movies, so I can't answer.
What?
Oh.
What? You've never watched the fucking movies?
And you break my balls about not seeing an episode of Rebels? Go fuck yourself.
You've never even been curious of not the Hobbit movies, the fucking Lord of the Ring movies. They won 14 Academy Awards or whatever.
Logan, what time is it right now?
I do not own the director's cut for those.
It's 11:04.
11
I'm
o'clock.
not gonna watch those.
Okay.
You prick. You got me. You prick.
No, okay. We'll move on, but I'm not letting that one go for the rest of your life.
That got me. Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I haven't forced you to watch anything. He did. Just watch the first one. Watch Fellowship of the Ring.
And in truth, it is actually 11 o'clock Eastern time, so go fuck yourself.
No, don't say anything. Because I had him watch the Transformers, and I got fucking tooled on it.
So,
and you too, Bob, you non-music listening motherfucker. Like, dude, I couldn't get through the music. You fucking heathens.
Are you talking about that anal rape asshole video of Transformers where there's just lots of...
Oh, my God. Never mind. You guys just don't understand. You're not children of the 80s like I was.
The wrong movie or what?
Yeah, I think you were watching the wrong one. I don't know what you're talking about. But and I'm very cultured in music. Thank you very much.
Basically, Baroness is typing, and now I'm afraid.
It's part 2.
Yeah, she's typing in our Discord right now, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. What's the next question?
Well, hold on. No one answered my question. 2 of them haven't even watched the movies.
I don't know
don't
the
like
movies enough to know the. I don't know the characters enough, so
who would we be?
I'll take. I don't know. I'd take Legolas just because.
Why don't you just go to bed when we hit viewer questions? Because used to, you'd have fun, you'd answer them. Everyone that comes on, you go, I don't care. Just go to bed, and we'll handle it from here.
I'm the mouth of Sauron. I'm the asshole.
Okay, what would Avant be?
He hasn't watched any of it. He can't give an opinion.
You know, but to you, what would he be?
Avant would be Gimli because he's cranky and doesn't know shit.
The dick of Sauron.
Already know.
So he's the Rock. The Rock's not in it.
No, that was Nate Dogg.
Your ass better call some. Oh, wait, that was Degeneration X. That wasn't in the Rock.
Yeah, that's right. No, don't question yourself. That's
Road,
right.
The Road Dogg Jesse James, to be exact.
I said Nate Dogg, the Road Dogg. Yeah, sorry. You knew what I was trying to say, though.
The New Age Outlaws. Great fucking tag team. All right, move on. Yeah, Faramir. I can see Faramir. Yeah, I agree.
All right, next question is from XX Bane XX. If you could have any business or restaurant open in 5 miles from your house, what would you like it to be? Businesses can include theme parks, water parks, etc.
Can they be businesses that no longer exist, like dead franchises?
I think you're not seeing anything.
Yes.
I want a Blockbuster
whatever
video.
you want to me.
I want a Blockbuster.
Because you've never experienced it?
I experienced it when I was way too young. I was around for them, but I just wish we still had them.
There's still one more in Washington State.
The thrill of going to Blockbuster and looking for the movie that you wanted and like hoping that it was there was pretty unreal.
Yep. Okay, going even farther back, when Super Nintendo was the newest thing, I was really little. We didn't have Blockbuster, but there was like mom and pop Blockbusters, right? I think it was called like Pop and Go. And to see all those Super Nintendo games just that I could rent and stuff, it was always the highlight of your week or month or whatever when your parents would take you and you could go rent that game that you've been wanting to play more than the movie. Okay, what about you, Avant? And this is a good question. I don't have a great answer.
Oof. I mean, for me, entertainment is fun, but I'm always more open to the restaurant life. 5 miles from my house, what restaurant? I think the answer to this question depends on where you live. So, like, my answer is not going to be the same for everyone.
Right.
But where I live in rural America, there is like no culture here.
So that's your answer?
I want
a bunch of uneducated motherfuckers like, what? Culture? What?
What is culture? Is that like a social studies class?
Yeah. Yeah.
My answer is I want a restaurant that makes any kind of southeastern global cuisine, whether it's Thai, Japanese, Chinese, Vietnamese. I want all of southeast of the world in one restaurant. That's what I want.
I think I have an answer. I would want the Kansas City Chiefs to relocate.
Oh, Christ.
And they would be the Chattahoochee Chiefs. And
do they serve wiener dogs down the throat? Is that what they serve?
I'm getting there. Inside there, that's open anytime, or maybe like towards the outside, but it's like part of it. There's a Whataburger in there. Who's next? Logan, you can't say I don't care. You have to answer.
No. I actually, I have an answer, and this is, I mean, maybe if I really wanted to do it, it's always kind of been of a dream I've had. If I could ever open my own business, I would want to open a very extensive sports bar, and I would want to call it the Watering. And I would like to have multiple TVs, NFL access, NBA basketball, baseball. I would have a very family-friendly yet very kind of niche menu. You know, the food that people want to have when they go to a bar.
Would you serve mozzarella sticks, sir?
Absolutely, but with raspberry sauce.
That's fucking weird. Don't do that.
No, that's an upstate New York. It's up here. It's a thing.
Yeah, I'm not coming up there.
Would your sports
I don't need your business. Go fuck yourself. But
would you be charging $8 a beer?
no.
Do your sports bars around you guys do that?
No, they got $3 drafts.
It is $8 here. $8 for a beer.
That's because you live in California.
I know it sucks.
No, that has always been kind of a dream I've had. I would because I love sports. I love watching sports on TV. I love talking to people, and if I could be a bartender behind my own bar and just take people's orders and bring them orders of really good buffalo wings, and
a beer.
they get to be
like in the old man's cantina.
Yeah, like they get to be happy and watch sports and hang out. And
I feel like this is an endeavor you can achieve. Put the fucking Swgoh down.
I would really fucking enjoy that. That's a business that, they always say if you enjoy what you do, it's not work. That's something I would enjoy doing.
Okay, listen to me. Put the Swgoh down, put the figurines down, and go do it. You spend enough money a year, you could do something like that. I might
stop spending on Swgoh and sell my figurines to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's something to do, man. That'd be cool. I'd come visit you. I'll just sleep in the back.
Look, Bob, I don't have deep fried pine cones, all right?
Will you give me a job? Can I be your waitress?
If you
only if you're a waitress and not a waiter.
I'll do anything for a pine cone,
really
man.
wanted to be a waitress, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Next question.
Next question is from Bodie. I finally completed Tier 3 of the Secrets and Shadows Assault Battle. That was a major milestone that I was not even sure I would achieve. What major milestone are you hoping to achieve at some point, but aren't sure if you will ever reach it?
The same fucking one you just achieved, cocksucker.
Which one is that? Which teams do you need for that one?
Phoenix
Secrets and Shadows, the one where you go in there with your Night Sisters, and halfway through, Ultimate GL Legend Darth Sidious fucks your face. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. I've 3-starred that.
The last one?
Yeah, I got 3 stars on that.
You did?
Yeah. Fucking wail harder, Logan, you fucking savage.
What was it?
I didn't realize it.
Wailing, you fucking rookie.
Phoenix and Night Sisters, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
The only real character I have out of that is the new Rex, so I'm not getting 3 stars.
I didn't realize how hard it was or that I hadn't even done it. And I was like, oh, this must be the only one I haven't done. And then Baroness said that she wailed out on Great Mothers or whatever. And she said even they couldn't beat it. Even I'm not saying they couldn't beat it, don't get me wrong. But she had a hard problem or had a hard time beating it, even with the new sisters.
So if you want to beat it, you gotta look up Swgoh Playbook, and they do Talzin, Daka, Asajj, Marin, Talia. And that's how you beat it. You got to mod right though, and you got to get crit avoid on Daka, so that Sidious doesn't kill Daka, and then you have to have Talia alive, and she'll dispel all the debuffs to get rid of the healing immunity, and then you can kill Sidious, and then after that you can beat the rest easy.
I don't know.
So what's some?
Well, sorry, I was just gonna say. I don't know if you saw Unholy Baroness's last comment, but based on that, I think we can understand what kind of stuff they are writing. What kind of a writer they are.
Oh yeah, my goodness.
That Logan fan fiction.
That's their inspiration with Sidious. Or Sidious. So what's something that I don't think I'll ever achieve that I would like to? Getting Bad Batch up to requirements for LV. I think that would be my...
Really? You don't think you'll do that?
I'm just kidding. Like a true thing that I want to do, like would truly make me feel good, is like complete an entire season in Kyber 1. Even if it's at the very last, like, bottom of it. It would be cool to... I've been there 3 times and lost all 3 times. So, but I don't want just one win. I want to stay for an entire, like, iteration. Like, not a whole season. Like a whole 5v5. Yeah.
A whole round.
Yeah. Yep. That would make me feel pretty cool. Nick, what about you, buddy?
That I want to do? I don't know. Well, I get. You know what? Actually, it'd be Relic my Sith trio. That's one team that I use all the time, and because they're not required for anything, I just haven't gotten around to relicking them. But they do so much work in my Grand Arena at Gear 12. It's actually ridiculous. Like, they're taking out full relic teams with Omnicrons and stuff, and they probably shouldn't be.
Yeah.
No, yeah, they're really good.
Yep. It's one of the best luxury teams, one of the first ones you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Shaka thinks he's cool and says that he beat it with the regular Night Sisters with Marin at Relic 3. What is CA? Cock ass?
Everybody, I just have to say that my wife just got back from a venture. Apparently there were some serious solar flares happening, and...
Yeah. My wife texted me about this earlier.
Some of the shots that my wife got of the Northern Lights, holy fucking shit, dude.
Is that code for something?
I thought she got shot. I was worried. I thought she got stabbed or something. I was really worried. I'm glad she's okay. Well, let's get this over with. I want to go see some Northern Lights. That's like a bucket list thing.
Let's get through it then.
Okay. Let's get
Next question is from Benny Blue. If you had to go on Naked and Afraid with one Swgoh content creator, who would it be?
Well, I had a different answer, but now that I've met Nick, I would take Nick with me instantly. I mean, how could you not say either Urza or Arnold? Like, that would just be hilarious. Not because of their dick size or anything, but just because of how funny it would be.
Whoa. Dick size into it. Whoa. What do you know about that?
What? I was trying to think of like a
public knowledge.
I was thinking about like what woman could I take, but they're all gone now. We had 2. Celiac, Sarah, and Kate are gone. So Shaka says Kate. That doesn't count. Kate hangs out, but she doesn't make content.
Did Kate 8 finally give up content creating?
It's not Kate 8. It's just Kate. K8.
Whatever.
Kate.
He doesn't know how to pronounce things. It's okay. It's fine.
And I don't give a shit either.
And I'm adding new rules. It has to be a man because no women play this game anymore.
Whoa.
That's sexist.
No. It's a
Unholy Baroness plays.
Go look at your log into your little Twitch thing and go look at your stats and see how many women watch your thing. Oh,
I don't care that much.
Well, Baroness, you're not a content creator.
Or we do not
answer it.
Can I get an answer?
No, I want an answer from you 3. All of you.
Baroness, you a content creator? Say it in chat if you are.
I still wouldn't take her. She would drive me insane.
I would. That you read that story. That's
true.
That's gonna be interesting. I'll take that chance.
I have an answer.
All right, let's hear it.
I have an answer. It'd be Bob. Because I'm going to tie you down and hit you with big dick swinging. And you're going to go fetch my food. Naked and afraid, motherfucker. Yeah, that's what it is.
I'll definitely be afraid. I'll definitely be afraid.
Oh, I know you would be.
Are you going to cuddle with me at night when it's cold?
Depends on how much food you find.
Fuck yes. That gives me motivation, man. I'll find anything you want, man. I'll bring you back.
Warmth.
I'll get you some bats, some ants.
Yeah, but you're pine cones.
Pine cones,
but you're the little spoon, motherfucker. And you better be ready for that pipe chucking right up in between the ass cheeks.
Why are we having sex is my question. Do we have to?
I don't know. That sounded rather sexual to me.
Do we have to?
Do I have to have sex with you, though? I'm already out here naked and afraid. Now I'm getting something done.
Fuck, you're afraid.
You ain't scared yet, boy? You're going to be really scared tonight.
You sexy bitch. Come here, city boy.
All right, move on from him. Nick, we got to hear it, man. Who's your content creator? And it won't hurt my feelings if it ain't me.
If Baroness doesn't count, then I don't know.
He's definitely not picking me after what I just said.
I guess by default, I would probably have to pick Scribe because I feel like I owe him for helping me get Leia indirectly because his video helped me. So I guess
Scribe, he owes you big time. Wink, wink.
I feel like almost every player owes something to Scribe or Bit Dynasty at this point. It's like
more Scribe. Scribe.
I threw away a lot of tickets till I found that video.
To let this hatred of Bit Dynasty go. You need to let it go.
That's a good answer, though.
My answer is Bit Dynasty because in a world of being lost and having no idea what to do, Bit Dynasty would answer every question for you. He would figure it all out.
Would he do anything, though? He's just going to be the guy that tells you how to do it.
And then he would say, hey, do you need to make a fire? You need to do it with this rock and this stick. But not this type of rock. You got to find this type of rock.
But before I tell you I'm not going to tell you personally. You have to watch a 20-minute video of how to do it.
Guess what? I'm fucking lost on an island somewhere. So I can watch a fucking video and...
He'd probably do a play or something of explaining it.
I just hear you being a hater right now, and Bit Dynasty makes great content, so that's my choice.
Respectfully, screw him.
Respectfully, go fuck yourself.
Did he decline your podcast or what?
Oh, I've had a few of those people too. Don't you worry about it. No, here's my thing. You don't know me. I have nothing against the guy. Like, I'm sure he's really nice. He's done stuff with our buddy Egnars. I don't have anything against him. It's and this is my problem with Bad Batch. What I'm about to say about Bit Dynasty is the same thing I feel about Bad Batch. When there's a problem, I want you to fucking tell me. I don't want to Google it. I don't want to go watch a fucking Bit Dynasty video. But every time I'm like, hey, how do I do this? Go watch Bit Dynasty. Hey guys, how do I do this? And I'll go to different Discords. And every fucking answer is go watch Bit Dynasty. He has something for it. I don't want to watch him. So if he wasn't there, I wouldn't have to watch that. Then you guys would have to tell me how to do it. It would take more time for me to go watch it, figure it out, when you could just type it out to me or send me a voice message saying, hey, this is how you do it.
You sound so triggered.
So, Bad Batch.
So upset.
Hey, okay, what's the counter to this team? Not so much anymore as more power creep. But back in the day, like a year or so ago, hey, what's the counter to this team? Let's go look it up at Swgoh.dg. Bad Batch. Bad Batch. How do we counter this team? Bad Batch. It's like, fuck, give me something else.
Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow.
And even farther behind that, when someone tells me to fucking Google something, if I wanted to Google it, I would have went into my fucking house. And I don't have a phone. It ain't easy for me to Google stuff.
Next question. It's from
Thank
Vlad
you.
Sander.
But you, like Shaka said, you should choose me because I am the master of survival.
Next question.
We can live off pine cones. I do that.
Yep.
What if
next
there's
question,
no pine
Vlad
trees?
Sander.
What if we're in the Palms area and there's no pines?
But now that I think about it, Wolf would be a good one, big deal, because he's probably so hairy I wouldn't have to look at his dick.
Another food question from Vlad Sander. What would you rather try? A buffalo.
Don't take my fucking job, old man. Pipe down, sir.
Bob talk.
Another food question from Vlad Sander. What would you rather try? A buffalo speedy, lettuce, tomato, blue cheese, and buffalo sauce, marinated grilled cubes of chicken, or a ricotta habit burger, 2 smashed patties, ricotta cheese, mozzarella, marinara, and pepperoni on a grilled garlic bread.
Here's the problem I have with these questions. They're both fucking amazing. Like, each one should be amazing, but put one ingredient in there that's going to make us, like, change our mind.
No, just fucking choose. That's the
No,
point.
So from now on, start doing that.
Vlad, hold on. Let me take this.
Okay.
You want me to answer that? All right, so we look at the two choices. Let's take our taste buds into account. Anytime you have something with chicken, lettuce, blue cheese, buffalo sauce, you know what you're getting, right? You know you're getting that spicy buffalo with a little bit of blue cheese and some, nonsense lettuce, tomato added in to make it a little more,
No, you
bougie.
didn't get that. That wasn't part of the
You get that. However, I feel the second choice, ricotta habit burger, 2 smashed patties, ricotta cheese, mozzarella, marinara, and pepperoni.
With special
That's
sauce
different.
on a sesame seed bun.
Yeah, I feel like that's different. Buffalo, you know what you're getting. You know what it tastes like. The burger, I think, has more originality and is going to be different. So if I was put into a restaurant with those two choices, I'm going with the ricotta burger. Because I know what I get when I'm ordering buffalo. I know what that tastes like. This is different.
Are you serving that at the water hole?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fucking kidding me?
Of course.
Give me a fucking menu idea. Yeah.
Yeah, the answer for me is easy. Both of these sound intriguing, but I never, ever, ever want shredded lettuce on my sandwich. It's a waste of space. So
That's
the
some
answer
McDonald's. That's some McDonald's shit.
the answer for me is the ricotta habit burger, and also
Yeah.
ricotta cheese and mozzarella.
Stay.
Delish. I'm going with choice 2.
Jeff's Kiss.
No, I don't know who Jeff is.
I agree with Yvonne. I just feel like the ricotta burger is more original. It's different. It's something that I think would grab the customer's eye and go, ooh, that's different. I want to try that. Like that, to me, that's being a chef. That's different. That's going outside the box and trying something non-traditional. Whereas, really, the buffalo sandwich, whatever, like everybody fucking does that. That's not original.
So all that energy you put into this question, I need out of every question, no matter how ridiculous.
I'm giving you this energy on every fucking question. Did you not listen to me read Unholy Broad's question?
And then you got like a 2-sentence question. You're like, I don't fucking care.
She said her fan fiction for next week was ready, by the way. I just saw it in
Oh,
chat.
for fuck's sake.
Can we make it into real life?
Good energy. I stayed sober enough to have good energy on every question. Go fuck yourself.
Nick, what one are you picking?
They had me at 1 smash patty, but then you said 2, and
There it is.
You're done.
Yep. There it is.
Is ricotta cheese what you put in lasagna?
no. It's still mozzarella,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yes. No, it's both.
It's
No,
both?
ricotta cheese can be put in lasagna.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whichever one. Oh, sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yes. You usually put ricotta and mozzarella.
But
Lasagna.
light. If you overdo it, that's all you taste. You got to do it light.
So, my answer is whichever one had chicken in it.
That's the first one.
Okay, that's my answer.
Well, that's why you live in Florida.
Next question is from. Next question is from our friend Hobnail.
Hobbs, what's up, brother?
What are some reasons you prefer 3v3 over 5v5 in GAC or vice versa?
Here we go.
For me, one reason I prefer 5v5 is because of the off-meta counters available. Example, Seer or Starkiller versus Ray.
Yes.
Beskar Mando versus Bo-Katan Mandalore versus Lord Vader, Afra versus Jabba, etc. I get satisfaction out of countering a tough GL team with a non-GL team. Those particular counters often work regardless of datacrons too.
Completely.
Why did that sound like you? It sounded like you were reading that.
So what do you prefer,
Typed up
3v3 or 5v5, and why?
Well, personally, and I've said this before, I think 5v5 is how the game was meant to be played.
Designed, yeah.
3v3, it's one of those things where, yeah, it can be fun, but it leaves so little room for error. Like, you go into a 3v3 match and some twisted slut magic of RNG happens and you lose a character, dude, you're fucked. You're not clearing that team.
The power of man.
Yeah, but I feel like in 5v5 you have a more positive percentile of victory in terms of possible misplay or a fuck up than you do in 3v3. Like, dude, seriously, you lose somebody in 3v3, you're fucked. You're gonna lose. 5v5, you can lose someone and still salvage the match.
Yeah.
If you play it right. So, I'm sorry. I prefer 5v5.
You're a purist.
Yeah.
You're also an asshole.
I don't give a fuck.
He's a pure asshole. Nick, what do you think?
I'm an asshole.
I think I gave my point earlier on the 5v5 thing, but if I'm talking about like positives for 3v3, why I like it, I guess you get to use leaders that you don't in 5v5 anymore. Like for Sith Empire, I get to use both Malgus and Revan, versus in 5v5 it's just Malgus in that point for me.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you probably don't at your guys' level, but I do like almost a whole separatist wall, and then I have like other stuff on there. But I try to use as many separatists as possible. I got a Poggle lead with Droidica and Magna Guard. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that team, but it gets a lot of holds for me, and I've seen it. I've seen other people use it. As far as I know, I was the first one to use it, and I've seen people use it since. So.
Hey, you want to hear something cool? Chief Chirpa with his Zeta with all Geonosians.
Really?
It's insane. It's insane. I think it does better in 5v5, but try that out. Where you're at, I bet you it'll catch some people off guard.
Yeah, that'd be my thing. It's like you get to use some leaders that don't get used anymore, and then it's like a little bit more theory crafting, which I think is pretty much all but gone in this game now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean 3v3 is cool, but it's more frustrating for me. Like I'm not going to get technical about everything. It's just frustrating.
3v3 is fucking frustrating. It's frustrating to think of defensive teams. It's frustrating to think of offensive teams. Datacrons don't make it any easier. At least in 5v5, it's what we're used to. We know what to expect. In 3v3, it just throws a fucking monkey wrench into everything.
There's less room for error.
Yeah, a lot less.
Yeah. And like, I know that it's an old team, but that fucking Bastila JML Watt team,
jeez.
like I don't see it very often, but I'll forget about it and I'll see it and I won't remember how to counter it. And
I feel like Unholy Baroness has been typing for the past 30 minutes.
No, she said in chat she's waiting for Avant to post next week's question. So she's not typing her.
I'm gonna tease her and make her wait. Seeing that Bastila JML Watt team in the back wall in 3v3 is fucking demoralizing because that team is not that awesome.
Which team is it?
Bastila. Yeah, Jedi Bastila, JML, Watt,
and Watt. So they do.
You need Slicker to beat that.
Yeah, you do. You need no. It doesn't need anything good to beat it, but if you don't come with something that ramps offense, you will never overcome JML's protection up, and it's fucking infuriating.
Yeah.
Like, the only way I've ever beaten it without a GL is if you take Han Chewie and you stun Watt, and you can kill Watt before he puts the tech on JML.
That is true. That is true.
In threes, like, you look at that squad and you're like, I'm not going to two-shot that squad. Okay, fine. Or I'm going to take Slicker, and you're like, all right, great. Well, I need Slicker for 4 other teams, so.
Well, that's the thing. That team doesn't have enough offensive prowess to, like, beat Slicker, so...
No, but on defense, it's a pain in the ass.
You're hoping that you ramp up enough damage that you just beat it. But it sucks to use Slicker against that when you could use it against something else.
Yeah. So, quick answer for Hobnail's question. I enjoy 5v5 more because it's more natural, but 3v3 is fun because half the people don't attack and it's a free win.
It's also true.
I don't know if this is true, but I feel like if you have a smaller account, that 3v3 might be more fun for you. Because you won't have as much to use in 5v5.
That is true. My other brother who played, he had like only one GL, and he told me that he prefers 3v3. I'm like, I just looked at him like, why?
Yeah, and that might be why.
Nuts.
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, next.
Next is from Tiny Bubbles 24. Hey, Tiny Bubbles 24 here from House of the Hut. What is a faction in Swgoh that deserves a Datacron set dedicated to it, and what would you do?
Well, we can eliminate Bob and our guest from this question.
Go ahead, I'll say something. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, we want to hear from the Datacron deniers first. Go right ahead.
So what faction needs one? That's the question?
Yeah.
Every faction has had one. Like...
yeah, but what do you want to see? Next set comes out. What do you want to see?
There's been a faction I've been thinking of that hasn't had one in a while.
Go ahead, Nick. Go ahead, and I'm going to after you.
I don't know when the last time they had one because I don't follow them, but I'm just going to say Resistance because I hate Rey and I hate Datacron, so why not?
Wait a minute. Resistance just got done.
That was really sad.
A better two ago from a reign of terror. I'm going to say if any faction, if any faction can do
another one,
a really good Datacron set right now that hasn't gotten some love, I'm going to say Bounty Hunters.
DJ Salad.
Bounty Hunters have not had a good Datacron set.
I thought you were waiting for the Datacron haters to answer.
What?
When do I get skipped again?
Yeah.
No, you're getting yours in a minute.
Go ahead.
He secretly hates them more than you do.
But Bounty Hunters have not gotten one in a while, and I would actually say that and they asked what would you do? So for instance, you know, you think of Bounty Hunters and you think about a good lead, you think Bosk. Bosk is a tank, he's always taunting, so I would think that while Bosk is taunting, every time that he's attacked, all bounty hunter allies gain 5% health and 5% protection and 2% offense stacking every time he's attacked. That is a datacron that I think would really kind of help out bounty hunters for a season. That's something that I thought.
Dang old bounty hunters, man.
Hanners.
Dang old hunters.
They be hanting.
And then bounty hunter, what you know about bounty hunter, motherfucker? Yeah. An old bounty hunter, yeah, motherfucker. What you know about bounty hunter?
They took your gear.
They took your crowns.
So what do you got, Bob? What do you think about them fucking bounty hunters? What you got?
Old Republic.
Oh, there you go.
Bounty hunters, motherfucker. They ain't fucking no public. Talk about them bounty hunters.
I'm about to blow your mind. Mercenaries.
Dude, that's coming. Like, you can't.
I know. That's why. Guess what, guys? Geotron's coming. Holy shit.
No, I'm not letting you. That's the easy way out. No. Think of a faction that hasn't gotten some love in a while. Really? Mercenary, get the fuck out of here. Come
I said
on.
Old Republic.
Okay, what would you do?
Oh, I ain't got all that. I don't know if kits. Make Karth really crazy.
Make Karth good.
Motherfucker.
Make Karth.
All right, Bob, what do you got?
Utini motherfuckers.
Who's that?
Jawas.
Who's Bootini?
Utini.
Jawas. He's talking about Jawas.
Sounds awful. Just
What about Yub Nubs?
No murder bears. Utini.
Dude, my entire Jawa faction is Relic 5. They came out with a Jawa Datacron. I'm fucking down. I'm with it. Let's go.
To this day, my favorite moment of Swgoh streamer watching is the first time that Urs used Jawas against Geonosians in GAC, and they stacked up the thermal detonators, and all the thermals blew up, and Urs had a fucking stroke on stream.
I think I remember what stream you're talking about. They all died. He went like he fucking wigged out.
It was one of the most like pure visceral reactions of Swgoh content that I've ever seen, and I loved watching Jawas just demoralize the team.
Yeah, Bob. Why hasn't he been on the show yet?
I'll reach out to him again, but he just started this week officially. Urs is so fucking funny that when we rated him last week, I sat there and watched him play that fucking card simulator game and laugh my ass off. Like the most boring
such
game.
a good entertainer. He's hilarious. I love
Please
Urs.
get him on the show, Bob. That is your mission.
Yeah, he literally talks to me every time I go in there, so I'll ask him next time. Oh, so one thing I was going to say about the mercenary tags or the mercenary datacrons coming soon, it'd be cool if they gave some of these like random mercenaries. Like obviously they won't give them a leadership, but like their level 9 gives them some sort of thing that's like a leadership, so that you can, you know what I mean, so that you could use them.
Look at you theory crafting kits and shit, Bones.
Right? Fucking
I'm
guy.
fucking smart. I know my shit. No one fucking question me.
I'm smart.
I'm smart,
All right.
Ash.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go fast.
Let's
Rapid.
go.
Do it.
Next is from Startakar. Has anyone experienced the squish out of Kyber 2 now?
Next.
Few of us were barely in Kyber 1 with a good number of guilties in Kyber 2. Now not a single one of us is in K1 or K2. All squished down to Kyber 3. How are you guys GACs holding up?
Well, Sardo, if you watched more of my streams, you would know how to stay in Kyber 2. Because I have not ever once been threatened to go down to Kyber 3. So maybe some of you guys should start coming by my streams and learning what and what not to do.
Don't listen to him, ever.
I feel like I'm dropping to Kyber 2 on purpose. That way I can face Bob and then thoroughly face fuck him So I think that's kind of my mission.
How many times are you gonna fuck me tonight? Jesus Christ!
Well, it's kind of a thing.
Mission.
What you don't know is old man is friends with Diddy, and he has a stash of baby oil.
I shop at Costco.
And Lando Calrissian.
I shop at Costco. I got baby oil. Yeah.
All right. Anything else to add, or are we going to the next?
Next.
Eggnards asks, if Bones had to pitch Pine cone flavored cereal on Shark Tank, what would the pitch be?
Hold on, who answered this? Because that's a great fucking idea.
No, it's not an answer, it's a question.
I know, but that's a good idea. Who is this?
Eggnards.
Oh,
Eggnards asks, if Bones had to pitch Pine Bones, which is also known as pine cone flavored cereal. So if you had to pitch Pine Bones on Shark Tank, what would the pitch be? I feel like this question is for you and you alone.
It really is. It's all Bob.
I mean, this is something you sit around for weeks to think about.
Throw it to the sharks right now. Sell me your Pine Bones.
I would get together with Moonborn and whoever else is smart, and we would create a box.
So here's the pitch.
Thank
It's
you.
cheap. All you got to do is send your kids out to hunt it down, bring it home, add some milk, little cinnamon, little sugar. Done. It is the budget breakfast.
Yeah, and I would need you and
in a fucking forest.
Is he gonna grind up some insoluble cancerous plastic material to put in there too? Though I feel like that would be right on par.
Yeah.
But I would recruit a lot of people. Eggnards would be my ROI guy, so I could break it down to them how much money they're saving, how much they can make by just going off, pine cones. I'd have a whole team, but I don't have a great answer, Eggnards. I'm sorry, buddy. Good question, and better idea. Your question wasn't even great, but your idea was fantastic.
Your question wasn't great.
But I wonder how we could do that. I think if I walked by and saw pine cones in not real pine cones, but pine cone type breakfast, pine cone flavored cereal, I would probably try it out.
You said it was a budget cereal? Who said
that? Yeah, it's pine cones.
I think it's assumed that it's a budget cereal.
So by budget, you mean this is the type of cereal you have with water and not milk?
Yes, good job. That's a great idea. It can be eaten with water. Holy fuck, Nick. I need you and Eggnard and other people to fucking come together with me on this.
Nick, please go on. I feel like there's more to that thought.
Yeah, well, all I know is when
there's a lot more.
When the funds are running low, say goodbye to milk. That's it. Just turn the faucet on. That's your breakfast.
But imagine being able to eat a breakfast or a cereal that was good with water. Holy shit! You're using pine cones and water.
I didn't think it was gonna be good, but I guess it could be.
If you could somehow come up with that, wow, we're gonna be rich, and then we're gonna move to California and sell it.
Yeah, and then you can pay $8 for a beer like I do.
I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen.
We're not in politics. We're selling fucking cereal. I don't have a DEI team. It'll be fine.
All right, next question is from Extreme Makeover Alderon.
Too late.
Would you eat this from the Texas State Fair?
No. Next.
A salted caramel ice cream sundae with a dark chocolate cookie, a piece of fried sweet potato pie,
Jesus Christ,
a few French fries, and a chicken wing.
I just got so hard just now.
Before you even said what the food was, you just said Texas State Fair. That was already 1,000 calories, and then you started the food.
Bob, did you just say you got so hard? I'm sorry your sex life is that bad.
The sundae with the cookie? Dude,
you said no. You said no, to be fair.
I thought we were rapid firing. That's why I keep saying next. No. Yes. And do you guys have a Brahms around you, or have you ever ate at a Brahms? Any of you?
No. No.
I think it's a Midwest thing, like Oklahoma, Missouri, Kansas thing.
I'm not eating
Fantastic.
anything from Texas.
It's not. I didn't say Texas. I don't like Texas. I've been there like 4 times.
We're talking about Texas.
Oh fuck, Texas. Anyways,
Would you eat this from the Texas State Fair?
yes, but have you ever had a brownie fudge sundae from Brahms?
No.
So that's probably better.
I would eat this if only for one aspect of this. It would be for the piece of fried chicken wing. Like with all that salty, delicious dessert. The
I'm
fried
not
chicken wing
eating
would be
shit from a
delicious.
fair in Texas. You don't know where their hands have been. Fuck that. Nope.
Well, that's where we're different. I would eat the shit out of that.
I am weird about people that prep my food. If it doesn't look sanitary, nope, I'm not putting that in my mouth. That's gross.
You know what
Let me be-
annoys me is go ahead.
Let me be clear. I'm not going to trust any carny, but that food sounds good. I would eat that.
You know what makes me almost as mad as like a Starbucks order is whenever I see a restaurant that's real fancy, obviously, and it's like what is that, like Clamato or whatever, like a tomato beer, and then they have a waffle, and then they have a fucking chicken breast stacked on it. Then there's fucking 3 scoops of ice cream on top of the chicken,
Just throwing
and
it on there.
and it's just like this tall, but it's like a Clamato, and it's like, what the fuck am I going to do with that? Like, why is this what you're making? Just put it on a plate for me, and I'll drink the Clamato, and I'll eat the food. Why is it stacked on top of each other in a drink? And I can't get to the thing. By the time I eat all that, my fucking chicken's soaked in ice cream, and then my Clamato's soaked in grease and leftover ice cream.
All right, 2 more questions. Let's go.
These are a lot of questions. Jesus Christ.
I bring the
And
question.
what did we tell you, Nick? No fucking news, and we're at 3 hours and 15 minutes.
I want to be done at 10. Here it is, almost midnight. What the fuck?
Next question is from Aussie Mike, aka Timu Avant. Question for podcast questions. That's weird because you're asking a question for Egnards, who already asked a question. You motherfuckers are trying to skirt the rules, but you know
They
what?
really
I'll play your game.
Avant,
He
get him.
technically counts
Get him.
because, he hasn't asked a question yet.
No, Avant, get him.
Aussie Mike's question via Egnards. If Aussie Mike and Bones break up, how will Bones afford pine cones?
Sucking dick.
I mean, that's still my side hustle. That's how I make walnuts.
Wait a minute. You said he did just say walnuts, didn't he? Oh, the place
He
is
did, yeah. That dad joke.
Leaving that alone. Leaving that alone.
So I'm some semi-serious. I'm trying to get on disability because things are rough out here. And if I can get on there, I can quit feeding my kids pine cones, and we can finally upgrade to walnuts.
Fair.
We can afford walnuts. So you'll know when I get there when I start saying walnuts instead of pine cones.
I thought you were gonna say just stop
Baroness.
feeding your kids altogether. It's like that.
Baroness,
We're almost there. We're almost there.
I'm going to give Baroness the Stalker Award. As soon as I posted
What the
this
fuck
week's
did-
questions,
Oh,
it was fucking a half of a second later.
Dude, this crazy bitch, she posted another fucking thesis statement.
All right, so it's not a question, but our last statement is from E-Ray. Not a question, just showing off my guard post for today. LOL. I'm going to try to snap a selfie with him too, and it's a picture of Steve-O's bus.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Is that him?
Who, E-Ray or?
Is that him? Is that E-Ray?
Does he have long hair? He has long hair.
He
That's
looks
E-Ray.
bald,
No.
and he's like missing a tooth.
Damn. Anything else you have to say about him? You look like a piece of shit.
Motherfucker. Like, boss. Like, what the fuck?
Damn, man. That's shitty.
He was so
Well, I'm not saying it's shit. It's just, I don't like. Is that him? I don't know what that is. Like, it's just he looks surprised and he's missing a tooth. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, Crafting Way, meet him. Let us know how it went, and let him know if we need him on 3 Scoundrels sometime. Tell him about Swgoh and see what he thinks. All right, that's it.
All right, can we wrap this up?
If you got some kind of gum disease, I understand. Shit happens. But I don't know. I don't know what the like. I want to know why he looks so surprised. Like did someone just fucking shoot somebody? Like that look is just weird. But I get it.
I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys for coming by this week. It's another one in the books. Wasn't much news, but we found something to talk about. Nick, brother, thank you for coming by, man. You are always welcome in the Cantina anytime. We'll get you back on again eventually. Pimp your channel real quick. Tell everyone where they can find you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Main channel's on YouTube where just gaming videos like this for Grand Arena. We do Grand Arena highlight videos. I just play the whole week, edit them, kind of condense it, and then got I guess a TikTok if you do that. I don't know. Just whatever you're looking for. Yeah, we got.
Well, here's the bottom line. Nick, did you have fun?
I did have fun, and if I
enjoy yourself being on the 3 Degenerates fucking Cantina.
Yeah, if I'm invited back, I will come back. So
that's all we need to hear. If you will come back, then that's all we needed to hear. That is it.
Unlucky for you, once you're in the Cantina, you're always in the Cantina.
Can't leave.
Yep.
Yeah, literally, we could be doing a show, and you could just hop in voice and be like, dude, I want to shoot the shit. And we'd be like, okay, what do you got?
Okay.
No, we're serious about that. We don't care. If you want to hop in.
No, we do. We tell any content creator, like, dude, if you know we're on, and you just want to come on and shoot the shit, then hop in. That's, like, we don't, we're not like other content creators, like, it's a click. Like, dude, we only talk to like high-end GP content creators. No, dude, fuck that. You want to hang out with us? Hang out. We're here.
Unless you're Bit Dynasty.
All right.
I can't wait to have him on as a guest.
With that.
Well, cool. I'll keep an eye out for that. I'll
yeah, brother, you're always
on the radar.
Even if you're like, hey, do you care if I hang out with you guys this week? No one really asked me to hang out with us. Usually I'm the one sending message out to other people. You're welcome, brother. Anyone that wants to be on here.
Some of our most fun GAC streams are when Logan, Bones, and I happen to all get together on a Friday night and drink and try to do GAC.
Oh my god. There has been some drunken fucking debauchery.
That sounds awesome.
Avant, Bob, we do need to address this. In general chat, not this next episode, but the episode after that. So let me check my calendar because I want to make sure I got this right.
Oh yes, thank you. I can't believe you remembered this.
Not the 17th, but the 24th, we will have our community episode. So for you listeners that want to be a part of the community episode, the first 7 listeners that put their names in general chat will be in. Now, Avant, Bob, do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, but I want to say if more people want to be on, we'll do a part 2. So.
Okay, we can do a part 2 the next night.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do that.
Depending on what the news and the situation looks like.
And everything else. It may be just, our viewers that just want to come on and talk about the game. But, all right, so let's slate those 2 weeks. So that'll be the 24th and... Dude, the 31st, fuck you. That's Halloween. I will not be on.
I'm not saying it has to be in a row, but what I'm saying is if more people than 7 want to be on, we'll figure out for everybody who wants to, no matter how many. So we'll figure it out.
So for the 24th, the first 7 people that put their name in general chat, they will be on. After the 31st, because I'm sorry, Halloween, fuck yourself, not going to be there. The first Thursday of November, which would be the 7th, we will have part 2 of Community.
If need to be. So.
If need be. But we love the Community episode. We love having our listeners on, giving you guys giving us your takes on the game, everything that's going on. We do. I look forward to that. I love Community episode. To me, that's a fucking blast.
Yeah.
So
I want to say that I'm not, or we're not going to reach out to you. So you have to reach out to us if you want to be on there. Speak up. Let us know.
Sure, you suck our dick. Get the fuck out of here. No. Reaching out to you.
I'm sucking dick. I want my dick sucked every once in a while.
All right. Well, I didn't mean it like that, Bob. It was a metaphor. You took it to a different level. But cool.
You're the one jamming things in my butt and my mouth and stuff. I have no choice.
That's if we're naked and afraid. I'm scared. I need to be in a warm place.
That's how you
and in Kyber too.
And I've seen you. You're kind of a sexy bitch. You seem like you'd be warm.
You should see my nips. That's what got my wife.
All right, now you're bringing it to an unhealthy level. All right.
So yeah, what he said, but you guys let us know in our Discord. Fucking big deal. I've known you for how long and you're not even in our fucking Discord? Well, you're going to have to figure it out, my friend. Get in there and we'll get you on there.
I would take that personally, honestly.
Seriously, first 7 viewers that drop their name in general chat, we will write them down. You will be in the Community episode. If you're not, and you missed out, you heard later, we will hold a part 2 of the Community episode after Halloween, the first Thursday of November, and we will have a part 2. And Nick, if you'd like to hop in on a Community episode, dude, fucking do it. I mean, our Community episodes, they are a really good time. It is so awesome to hear just regular players talk about the game. Like, we love these episodes. They're really awesome.
I mean, we've mingled community people and content creators like AP Games.
Yeah, we've actually had some people that have been like, dude, I'm in the community, and we've brought them on the show and just been like, dude, fuck it. You want your voice heard? Do it.
Well, yeah, absolutely. You let me know, especially the one that's going to have Unholy Baroness in it. I want to be in that one.
She's already confirmed. She's the first one to confirm.
If she's on the episode, I'm going to be referring to the diagnostic manual of mental disorders, and I have a couple questions I want to ask her.
All right.
Are we DSM 4 right now, or is it more than that?
No, it's DSM 5. We're on version 5 right now.
Okay.
And I actually own a copy of it.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay. Yeah, all right, guys. Let's call it a day. I appreciate you guys. Nick, once again, appreciate you, brother. I know it's a long one, but we appreciate it. We will be seeing you again for sure. Let me know if you ever need anything, man. I'm always here to help out.
I was lucid through all the questions. I stayed awake, so fuck all of you.
Old man Logan's awake, but as soon as I hit raid, he's out of here. So we won't see him till next week.
But yeah, same for me. I don't know if I can help you out as much or whatever, but anything I can do, I think it's cool. Smaller creators, whatever, just helping each other out. And then
I agree.
I can't let it go. I gotta say it one time. Avant, your Lego sets back there, awesome. Great collection.
What do you think about a shrubbery back there?
Shrubbery? I'm not so familiar with.
It's shrubbery. With the laurels particularly. But there is one small problem. We are no longer the knights who say me. Never mind.
Most overrated movie ever.
Oh my god, you're fucking insane.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Overrated. Okay, let's get the fuck out of here, guys. This is way too long. Everybody, thank you guys for the support. Let me know. Everyone, let us know who wants to be in the show. We'll figure it out.
Nick, thank you so much, man. It was a pleasure having you, dude. You are always welcome in the Cantina. You were awesome to hang out with. You had great insight. You played along. You're a good sport. Totally appreciate you. Always welcome here in the Cantina, my friend.
Thank you. I was glad to be invited.
All right, we're gonna rate a Hail Hydra sit. There's no Urs or anyone. There's it's literally a desert right now on Twitch.
Nah, shit happens.
We had Hail Hydra the last week. Good guy. Go check him out. Hates Datacrons as well. Go give him some love. All right, everybody. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night. Peace.
Peace.